Oh, hello. Alright, alright. This is too big. I mean, it's perfect, but... Oh, 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 oh. Where's me? Where am I? Oh, there, that one. Hello! Okay, and then next one. So remember last week when I was like, I had this weird hard drive issue, but it's okay because my stream intro and my starting soon video and my tea overlay, my tea of the day thing, it's all still here somehow, so that's okay. Turns out it wasn't okay. Hang on, I gotta find this text. Yeah, we don't need that one anymore. Okay. Yeah, so those things were on my old hard drive, and and the hard drive was just kind of working, and then kind of not working, and then kind of working, and then I just took it out. I just completely replaced it. I thought I'd recovered everything from it, but clearly I missed some spots, and it doesn't seem to want to work anymore. I got an enclosure. I'm going to try and, do one more recovery from it when I get my hard drive enclosure, I think, next week, but... in any case, I didn't lose anything super important. I should turn on some lights, actually. It's a little dark in here. I haven't 100% decided what we're doing today, but I have, a lot of ideas. So I figure maybe we can do a poll or something. Hang on. Let me turn on a light. It's not the worst lit I've ever been in my life, but it could be better. I don't feel like that did anything at all. Okay, did you lose a lot of stuff? It depends on what you mean. There was a good 800 gigs of stuff on that hard drive. Most of it wasn't really all that important. It depends on your definition of important. My entire, and I'm probably going to be able to recover it. Probably. But my entire, backlog of all the videos that I've made, which it doesn't have all of them, but there's probably 700 videos there. Michael, thank you for becoming a sponsor. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Appreciate the support. I hope you enjoyed the stream and your emotes. But yeah, basically my video backlog was on that drive, as well as some other, just some little things. So I'll probably be able to recover. I don't really need the video backlog because I can download my videos from YouTube. If YouTube ever, deletes my channel, it might be a problem. But honestly, if YouTube deleted my channel, I'm probably not going to need to re-upload, everything I've ever made anyways. I don't really know. Anyways. Oh, goodness. Hi, everybody. First Friday stream been able to make. Your hair looks lighter today. I mean, it's on. You're not trying to boot from it. You can still rescue the actual files. Yeah, and it never had an operating system on it. That was always just a storage drive. And I do actually feel a little bit better now that I realize that it was in fact just dying and that I didn't kill it when I went to add my extra SSD, because my computer had started to run really slowly. My editing was really slow, and anytime I'd open my file explorer to grab something off that drive, it would really clunk along. And I was like, oh no, my computer is starting to die. I need to, it is still kind of time for me to do a fresh build at some point this year, but I was like, I'd really rather not have to do this in an emergency setting. And then I'm using new drives now. I'm like, oh, it wasn't my processor. My RAM is fine. It's a little old, but it's fine. Turns out that when you use a hard disk drive for 6 years or so, it eventually dies. Oh, goodness. Evening, you said you love Blackpink. What are your thoughts on Twice? Twice is cute. I wouldn't, follow them very intently, but I'll always listen to their songs and watch their videos when they come out. I really like the one that, I think they filmed Likey in Vancouver, and I can get on board with anybody filming stuff in Canada. Hey, what's up, Stephanie? Learn to back up, yeah. I back up stuff that's important, like my WoW interface folder. I back up my add-on settings. The things that I really can't replace easily. I'm probably going to just film a new... I need to figure out what we're doing on the stream so I can actually get moving, but I'm probably just going to film a new intro. I was kind of thinking about doing it anyways. Oh, goodness. I started to feel better when I realized it was just dying. At least I know that I probably didn't break it on my own, because I had a heck of a time installing that SSD. I'm a little nervous about continuing to use my new SSD because I did a number on the ports, the power and the data ports. They're very wiggly now, but the drive seems to work fine. They're not. I should just. I don't feel like I was that heavy-handed when I was installing it, but apparently I was, because I broke something. Marry me? I'm already married. I've already got a husband. Just discovered your channel this week. Thanks for the great content. Thanks for watching it, Jeff. What's your main? This one, for now. This is my new Void Elf Priest. This was previously my main, which is also Shadow Priest. Always Shadow Priest. I used to be a gnome. I'm now a Void Elf. And one of the things that we could do on this stream is just Void Elf it up. You know, we've got like, I've been trying to catch up on all. Oh no! You know what I wanted to do? You know what we should do? I think I know what we should do. Is a viewer LFR. I haven't done Antorus yet on my new Void Elf. I could probably use some gear. I got some item level 880 sort of questionable gear slots going on in there, and I feel like that would do. What's tonight's tea? Sorry to hear about your tech problems. Today's tea is Bilo Chun. It's a green tea from China. It's rolled up like little snails. It's cold. I just made a fresh pot of it, but this is my cup from last time. Okay, so yeah, no, I want to do LFR. So first thing I need to do is remember what the LFR comp is so I don't accidentally invite too many people. Good on you, Hazel, to back up add-on settings. Honestly, one of the only things I back up. Like, sentimental photos add-on settings. Patreon data. Because I would hate to lose everybody's, like, I have, like, their battle pet entrance, names so that I know who to check and send out battle pets to. That would be a big problem if I lost all that. So I have that backed up a couple times, actually. And then, yeah. Did you watch Gravity Falls yet? No. I saw your tweet, actually. And I didn't have anything good to say to you, so I elected to not say anything. I'm probably not going to watch it, not because I think it's a bad recommendation, but because I don't have any space in my life to try and watch new shows. Mage Tower is up. Swatch from Gnome to Void Elf to win Trial of Style. I was just really excited about Void Elves. You'd be on board for viewer normal, but LFR is toxic. I'm probably going to do LFR because I don't feel like... I actually just got my first legendary today. This morning I got a Kill Jaden's Burning Wish, which I'm on board with. I did have a 910 trinket in that slot, but it was a very weird one. It had like, it was Murglia's something. It had a buff that, or a debuff that would be more effective if paired with something else I'm never going to get. So anyways, I'm using this. But I'm definitely LFR, probably not normal. 2 tanks, 5 healers, 18 DPS. Thank you. That sounds right. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to forget how to speak English. I'm going to start a pre-made here. I'll accept people up until those levels, and then we're just going to run an LFR. So this is Alliance, this is North America. You don't have to be on any given server, but you do have to be Alliance NA, item level 890 or higher, and I'm going to be DPSing. So I'm going to put this in pre-made raids, start a group, we're doing Antorus, we're doing Antorus, we're doing LFR. It's going to say normal, we're doing LFR. Title's going to be called Hi, I'm Hazel. Details is going to be we doing LFR stream group. Should I put my link here? Is that tacky to like advertise yourself in Group Finder? I'm not gonna do it. Also, I can never remember what my link is, so we're gonna go ahead and list 890 plus. Actually, I should put that in the thing, huh? Start LFR stream group 890 plus, because that's what it requires to queue for LFR. And I'm 903 now, actually. My legendary helped me out a bit. Hazel, any tips on finding a main? Pick one that you don't hate and stick with it, and the longer you play it, the more you will learn to love it. You just gotta... Alright, so we're 18 DPS, 5 healers, 2 tanks. So the first... Yeah, definitely convert to raid, that's good. So this is all good. Tank top girl, I like that. You guys are gonna carry the pants off of me. 974, goodness, dude. Goodness gracious golly gee. My old priest didn't even get up to that high. Alright. And I'll leave this open for just a minute or two. Your iPad decides to forget the word I've exists. Autocorrect gets me on iPad. Sometimes I'll be like typing on Discord on my iPad, just from like the couch or whatever. And I'm too lazy to fix the autocorrect mistakes, but they really know how to ruin that piece of typing. Did you enjoy Miss of Pandaria and Monks? I did enjoy both of those things. Oh, why? Where did it go? Did I delist it? Did I press a bad button? Hang on. How are we doing? 1, 2, 3. So we could use 2 more healers, 1 more tank, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We got room. We got room. For backups, I highly recommend Amazon Glacier Storage. Interesting. Never heard of that. Husband is out and I have the baby. Wish I could join you. Doing the Lucid Nightmare Maze. Pray for me. Good luck, Emily. I believe. If I had any suggestions, it would be to at least try to map it. Don't get too discouraged if it gets out of hand, but if you have an attempt, it'll be a reference point. It'll help. Okay, so we can do 2 more healers. So these are the first 2 healers that applied. We have 3 more DPS spots. So 1, 2. We have 1 tank spot. I think we had a tank / DPS sign up earlier. 17. So I can invite 1 more person. I can invite a DPS if the other guy tanks, assuming that he still can. Okay, so that would be the invite. Apologies to Fenrir. I'm sorry. I appreciate your Harry Potter name. Okay, perfect. We have a full LFR group. That's surprising. Maybe we could do normal. I'm still gonna queue us for LFR. I'm hoping that we can just get through the whole thing. I don't see why we can't, but I'm hoping that we can just get through the whole thing on stream. Do I have bonus rolls? Did I buy them this week? Am I gonna really bonus roll in LFR? I don't know if I can bring myself to bonus roll in LFR, even though I have no intention of doing any other raids. I've been bonus rolling world bosses. I actually got a pretty sweet belt. Like, look at that strong stat haste 930 belt. I told myself I wasn't gonna care about gear. I said I wasn't gonna even worry about gear on this character because I'm not even gonna raid on it until BFA. And there's no point, and I'm just gonna get on this character, and I'm gonna farm up myself an underlight angler, and, you know, just have it ready, and otherwise focus on videos. But, like, I'm trying to get my, my order hull set up, and I want all of the champion equipment that you get on Argus, and you have to do all of the Argus quests to unlock that, so I'm trying to do just, like, a little bit of that every day. It's not even that much of it, but there always seems to be a little bit more than what I've done, anyways. Oh, goodness. Kitty in the new bed? Yeah. And I think she likes it. I think she's pretty comfy. Although I have to, like, when I wake up in the morning, I put it on the couch when I go to bed at night. And then when I wake up in the morning, the dog's in it. And the dog doesn't fit. He tries, because I think he really likes it, but he doesn't quite fit. So he'll cram himself into that bed because he enjoys cramming himself into beds that he doesn't fit in. Oh, we have an offline person. I'll give it a second. I'll give it a minute. Just in case. Although I don't really want to make 24 people wait. This is why I don't raid lead. I don't like uncomfortable decisions. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, well, apologies. I'm sorry. It's not you, it's me. And also, pre-made, so I'm gonna list it one more time. Pick up another DPS. Argus quests are boring. They were cool the first time. Yeah, after that, a little rough. So we have 18, 5, and 2. So we can take a DPS, and we can actually take 2 DPS. We must have lost one. Why is it unlisting like that? Am I counting poorly? Knocking at dailies. Okay. Hazel, sup? Norma, how are you doing? Hey Hazel, how are you today? I'm doing quite well. How are you? Hopefully next Friday I can join you. If you've already done the bigger fish to fry achievement, do you still have to catch all the rare fish again? There we go. And that's it, right? 24. 25? Alright, I think now we're good. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. I'm terrified that I'm accidentally going to overfill the group, and that it's going to, I'm terrified of accidentally overfilling the group, and then it, like, won't let me queue. Did I press the button? There we go. I think it's roll checking. I'm not very good at this part. I guess the dog needs a dog-sized one, and I tried to buy him one, actually. I went back to the Amazon store where they sold that, because that's, I think, the reason why they like it so much. Okay, roll check's going off. Is that it's like a heat-reflecting bed. It's got, like, Mylar in the bedding. It's not super crinkly, but it's, like, a little crinkly, but it warms up as they lay in it. So I wanted to get the dog one, but that's the only size that they had, available. They make other sizes, but they just weren't in stock. So I guess I either check back, or maybe I just get him another small one, because clearly he can cram himself into it. And then there'd be one for each of them. And then, you'll need a BT. Oh yeah, sorry, I read your question that I don't remember if I answered it. Yeah, you do need to do it again. A mod to track it on the alt. Help me with a funny name for a human rogue. You're gonna hopefully chat can help you. I've never been very good with that. All right, let's see if I can do any damage at all. I don't have, obviously I have one legendary and not two, so that's going to kind of put me behind, and a bunch of you are in full raid gear, and I don't have any tier, but I believe in myself. So we can try and get some damage in. You guys all have the flu. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. You're on your 4th infusion of Pour Velour. Loose tea is amazing. I need to order more of that. I'm making myself finish some of my teas before I let myself buy more tea, because my cupboard is in a state. It's quite something. So I'm trying to do what they call on the internet tea communities. I'm trying to do a sip down, and which is basically just drinking your existing tea stash before you let yourself buy anymore. And it's really hard to finish tea. Like I'm not buying huge quantities of any given tea, but because I have so many of them, it takes me a really long time to get through any of them. So I'm trying to drink some of the older ones that I have and like finish them. It's a fun kind of challenge. But I definitely want to get some more of that, because I think that was still one of my favorite pours, the Pour Velour from Tao of Tea. You're not sure if it's still there. A great tea shop called Fly Awake. Is this guy Chinese tea hookup? Annie? I wish I could have joined, but I'm in a car from Pennsylvania to New Hampshire. That sounds unfortunate. I'm not sure what the distance is between those two places, but probably longer than you would like to be stuck in a car for. You've been staying locked up in your glass cube. When I adopted my current cats, they've been sleeping in a bed like that, and I got it along with them. The boy still loves using it. That cat has so many beds. I kind of want to get an additional bed. Like a bigger sort of couch-style dog bed. Like, they have this squishy one that's got like a back piece that they can kind of lean against, because my dog's a big leaner. And then he could have a bed that fits, because the one that's in the corner that you can't see at all, but we have a gray bed that they've been using for a while, but it's got like holes in it, and I know they don't care, but I kind of care. I want them to have like cool, squishy, comfy beds. What would you think if all tea was banned? Oh dear. I would probably have to try and grow some. I would probably have to try and be an illicit tea farmer. And that's difficult to do. Like, I think that, I'm not really familiar. Let's see if maybe the trinket will at least help. That put me up a little, I can't even break 1 million. All right, what about the void eruption? Void eruption? Oh, that put me over 1 million. Between the void eruption and the trinket, I can break 1 million damage on a huge pack of mobs. That's just gonna have to be good enough until I get like some tier or something. LFR tier is the same as regular tier, right? I don't know if I've actually cleared LFR, Antor's LFR so far. I don't know if I've done it on any of my characters yet. You're drinking some Hardy and Sons hot cinnamon spice in your honor. Dog likes to either sit on me as soon as I sit down anywhere, or drag his bed to where we can see it. My dog's kind of the same way in that he really likes, actually both of them really like being in the vicinity of us. The dog's not cuddly. He doesn't want to touch you. He doesn't want you to touch him. But he has to be able to see you, because that's how he judges how likely it is that you're going to leave. He's like big on separation anxiety, and he's got a big thing for walks, as many dogs do. But like, he's always keeping tabs on you to try and decide how likely you are to A, abandon him, or B, take him for a walk. And he can never tell which one it is until you're like out the door. So it's always just a experience. But he's always watching you. Like, if you're in another room and he's eating, he'll take a bite of food, run over to whatever room it is that you're in, and then eat it while looking at you, and then run back and get more. It takes him, like, I have to go sit with him while he's eating, otherwise it takes him half an hour to do it, because he has to travel. Hazel, where did you get your UI? It's kind of pieced together from add-ons that I enjoy using. The bars are bartender. The unit frames are shattered unit frames. The unit frames are shattered unit frames. The raid frames are default. That's what happens with regular default Blizzard raid frames when you enable class colors. This is just details. And then cast bar is Gnosis, and my nameplates, I didn't pre-pop, but I don't know if I have potions. Nameplates are KUI nameplates. Get a toddler bed. It's about 6 to 8 hours. Oh, that's a gross car drive. Ugh. Ugh. Hi, all the way from Australia. Hello. Goodness, wouldn't it be late? Wouldn't it be, maybe it's early. I've never been terribly good with time zones, but I'm glad you're here. Hey, I'm new here. How's your day going? Welcome, Gaming Dinos. My day is going pretty well. The video that I normally put out way before the stream has once again been put out like 2 minutes, like at the same time as the stream, but I got it out before the stream, so I'm gonna call that a success. And pretty good day. I slept really well because I went on a crazy long walk yesterday. I was trying to work on videos yesterday, and I did get some done, but I got into this state where I just couldn't sit still. You know, you ever have one of those days where you're just really restless and you just can't focus on anything and everything is crazy distracting? I just couldn't be at my desk anymore. So I took my dog and we went on like an hour and a half long walk. We went on a really long walk and that fixed it. And that also made me sleep like a dead person because I'm not used to that kind of exercise. I guess I should just throw out Michael Jaden's Burning Wish. I'm kind of waiting for like an AoE situation, but I'm also fighting Garathi Worldbreaker, so it's really not going to happen. Your laptop died? Oh no. Oh, that reminds me. I know I'm mid-boss fight, but I think I forgot to turn on Fuzzbot. Fuzzbot is on. Do I still have Fuzzbot? Oh, thank goodness. I was a little bit concerned that Fuzzbot might have been on my dead drive. That would be unfortunate. It's loading. Yeah, alright, good. I'm really hoping that the live chat replay works later. It seems very intermittent. Sometimes it'll work on a video. I'll see live chat replay, and I later go back to the same video, and it's gone, and I don't understand what the difference is. 8 hours, almost there, 6:20 p.m. right now. One day I'll catch the Friday stream in time to join the run. This is a little bit unusual. I know I say that I'll play with you guys, and I almost never do. I'm so used to playing WoW on my own that's all of my default things that I like to do in WoW are things that you generally just go and do on your own. But this is whenever I need something from you guys, whenever I need like a raid carry, I'm like, hey guys, you want to do viewer groups? It's very mean, very mean lady. I appreciate all the help. Just join you doing heroic? No, this is LFR. This is 100% viewer LFR. You guys this is actually a full LFR group. We don't have any randoms in here. Probably could have done normal. But, almost finished rep for Army of Light, and by almost, I mean just over a quarter. I mean, a quarter of the way through, like, Revered towards Exalted, because that's pretty almost. That's pretty almost. If you're just, like, a quarter in total, you've got a ways to go. Does your husband get pissed off when you're online a lot? No. It would be a little bit weird if he did, because he spends, I think, just as much time online as I do. He just plays different games. We both spend a lot of time at our desks. They're not too far, though. His is just out the door and around the corner, so. Your parrot has separation issues. He screams for me when he's leaving and says, hello, baby, repeatedly. Oh, man, that sounds, like, cute to an outsider, but then actually really frustrating to deal with. Poor buddy. I always feel really bad for Joker when he's upset, because it's really easy to get frustrated with him, because usually, you know, you're traveling or you're stressed or you're just trying to get somewhere and your dog is just screaming at you, but it's not his fault. He's really upset, and it sucks. The lucky thing is that I work from home, so that I don't actually have to leave him very often. He only ever has to be alone. Well, he never has to be alone, but, like, if we both have, like, a dentist appointment or something, what we'll usually do is take him to PetSmart for doggy daycare so that he doesn't have to be actually alone. Can you swear? Oh, I can. I choose not to on stream. Rest assured, I swear like a sailor off of it. If I'm just hanging out with my friends or, generally speaking, not on camera, I can assure you I have filthy language. How many classes are in WoW? I play ESO, so I don't know much about WoW. I want to say 12 or 13? Is it 13 now? They keep adding them. I guess keep adding them is unfair. They've added, I think, 3 since the start of the game. I want to say 13. I could be wrong. Chat should correct me if they are wrong. Also, if any of you guys get anything that is, that you don't need, that might be like an item level upgrade for me, you know, like some cloth anything, or some rings, or like a cloak, or like an anything, feel free to, please help. I don't know a diplomatic way to say. Oh, I guess I should roll. Slash roll. That's fair. Slash roll. Oh, I rolled 98. Oh, hacks. Streamer hacks. That's the stats aren't amazing, but it's a big item level upgrade for me. You did not loot the boss. I don't think you need to in LFR. I think this stuff just kind of happens to you. Ah, thanks. The roll situation probably makes more sense. If you get something that you don't need, put it up for roll, and then anybody, including myself, but anybody that needs it can then roll on it. That makes more sense. Put that on. Can I enchant myself? Do I have a cheap one. That'll do. That'll do for now. Thank you. That's like a 2 item levels right there. Appreciate that. Carry me and give me Loot. That is the streamer. I'm trying to help. Did I do any damage at all on Garathi? No, I did not. The priest representation, though. Look at those shadow priests. Did I really do 538k? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Whew. It's a Happy Bunny? Happy Bunny? Who's Happy Bunny? Also, I should come stand in melee. Dogs nowadays are so spoiled, people treat their dogs better than they treat humans. That's probably true, but honestly, I don't really have a lot of humans to treat in any given way, so I try and be really good to my cat and my dog to make up for it, I suppose. Need one more achievement for the egg. I love Firehawks, they're awesome. My favorite Firehawks, I think, is the fell green one, like the Mountain Dew lime green one. Is pretty cool. That's one of the mount meta achievements, but I used that quite a bit early in Legion because I was on like a really big green mount kick, because you know, demons, green. It's not a very strong connection, but you know, I rarely pass up an opportunity to unnecessarily theme my mounts and pets and titles and whatnot. You need to loot the boss? Oh. Well, what if it just like comes to me in the mail? Did I really forget to loot it? I don't want to run all the way back. Are you going to try any new classes as a main or just try it in BFA? Probably not. I've, over my years of WoW, spent enough time trying different classes. Like, the first couple of years that I played, 3 years easily, were just me being an absolute altaholic and changing classes every 6 months. I know enough about the way I play the game to know that I'm happiest being a ranged DPS. Every now and then I think that I would like to heal, and then I try it, and I get really bored. And of the ranged DPS specs, Shadow Priest is just where I'm happiest, I think. Farming Hulan, and it's painful. Look at those cat snugs. It's hard to get the camera's like a good foot and a half above her just to try and get an angle on the cat, but it would be better if it was an overhead one. Would you consider having a pet bunny? No, because I know that it's more work than I can be responsible for. Like my raid leader actually has a bunny, and he's told me a fair bit about keeping bunnies from just the time that I've known him. And I used to be my roommate, actually. I would visit with the bunny, and it was a very good bunny, but I know that's not something that I want to get into myself. I'm all for visiting other people's bunnies, but I wouldn't be able to care for it properly myself. Thank you for the super chat. What are the Zandalari animations based on? I don't know if I could tell you. I don't know if I know. If I had to guess, I would say regular trolls. I thought they were based on regular trolls. This feels like trivia, actually. I wish I had like a concrete answer for you. Do you feed your cat raw or industrial cat food? I definitely don't feed her raw. Neither of the pets get raw food. We do get her bagged cat food, but we have to order it online because we wanted to find one of the ones that doesn't have much, if any, filler in it. It's a brand of cat food that we've been pretty happy with, I think. Bunnies have super energy. You need to let them sprint around. I had a bunny, but I cannot have one anymore. They're based on night elves? Oh, are they? Rabbits smell horrible. I feel like most pets would smell bad if the area wasn't kept up with. Like, chickens are the same way. Chickens can smell awful, but they don't actually smell. It's just they're dropping the smell. It's the same way with like a poorly kept aquarium. If you're properly maintaining your pet's environment, which you should be, it shouldn't smell that bad. The only mounts you use are the Sapphire Panther and the Sandstone Drake. Oh, man. So, you guys want to hear a boring... Well, I thought it was exciting. It wasn't terribly exciting. I actually told the story in the vlog, and then I cut it out because it was like 5 minutes long and not relevant to anything. But, so I went to the Oregon coast last weekend because I was visiting my mom. We drove out to the coast and got a hotel and hung out with her and her partner. And that was all great. But, like, on the drive to the Oregon coast, I didn't even think about it when we were planning the trip. I didn't realize how mountainous that highway is. Like, between kind of the Portlandish area and we went to Seaside, the highway that you take there goes up like a lot. Hang on. Thank you again for the super chat. Chickens are easy. Ducks, yeah, I wouldn't do ducks either. Anything that involves a pond. I love koi fish. I enjoy seeing other people's koi ponds. I would not do my own koi pond, or any kind of pond for that matter. Pond management, I think, just looks really expensive and also kind of difficult. But yeah, the highway, didn't expect it to be so mountainous. Like, your ears are popping, you feel like you're taking off in a plane, and then all of a sudden there's like some snow on the side of the road, which I didn't think about at all because it's, you know, spring. And there's some snow, and then it starts snowing. And then there's like big, thick blankets of snow over these crazy tall trees on either side of the highway, and it's like driving super crazy blizzard snowstorm that we're just driving in, which our car was not 100% prepared for because we didn't realize it was going to be snowing. And it was I didn't even think that you could find such intense winter like an hour drive from us. It wasn't that far away. It was just, I guess you go up. You know, I didn't really think about it. But it was kind of neat. And it was definitely less snowy on the way back. It was only snowing really on the way there. But I don't know if I would drive that highway again outside of summertime without at least having some serious snow tires. It was a little bit frightening. You really want to get into WoW. You don't have enough money to pay for a subscription. How can I get my first WoW token so I can get more time for the game and keep playing? You have to, there's no getting around paying for it the first time. You could have somebody else purchase it for you if you have a friend that's feeling very generous. I think you can still buy game time cards. When you first buy the game, which you would need to do if you've never played before, you actually do need to purchase the game at the start. When you first buy the game, that does come with game time. So you could just buy the game or buy the game. They sell like a combo package that includes all of the expansions, including Legion and the BFA pre-order. That does come with some game time. So you could then, within that game time, earn enough gold to start paying with tokens, but you're going to have to pay some money at the start. There's no way around that. What cat food do you buy? I feed my cat natural, balanced, but I want to feed her the most limited ingredient diet possible as long as it's still affordable. I would have to actually go look. It's something that my husband orders, so I'm not, I could tell you what the bag looks like. I don't remember the actual name of it. We have her set up with an auto cat feeder actually, so that it feed, like the cat feeder spits out food twice a day at a specified time, and then she can just go eat that, which is great because before that she used to wake us up in the morning for food, as many cats do, as is cat way, to crawl on your owner and meow at them until they get up and feed you. And I kind of thought that was just life with a cat until we got the cat feeder because we needed to go away for a day, and we didn't want whoever was going to come check on the cat to have to also feed her. So we got set up with this auto cat feeder, and once the cat figured out that the machine feeds her, she doesn't bother us at all for food, but she's still just as cuddly. I was a little concerned that maybe she just liked us for the food, but as it turns out, she's just very nice. So yeah, strongly recommend auto cat feeders. Although we had to get two. We tried a basic, like a cheap one, and she figured out that she could shove her paw up the cat food dispensing mechanism and get more food, and we couldn't prevent her from doing that, so we had to get a more expensive one that was cat proof. But that then worked. Okay, I got an augment rune. That's something. You just had a spa sesh, self-tanner, exfoliated, moisturizing, and oil. Oh, like at home? I love doing that. Oh, I'm all about the face mask. I love that it makes you look terrifying. Like, it makes you look like you put a dead person's face on your face. And I'm not convinced that it does anything for my skin. Maybe I'm just not using the right face mask, but I'm not convinced that it does anything at all. But, it's relaxing. And that's all that I really need from it. Not late for the stream once. Thanks for coming by, Logan. What would you say are 3 pets that are a must? If we're talking real life, then you need a cat and you need a dog. And if I had to add another one, I would say a fish. Nice and quiet. But I know that's not the question that you're answering, and I'm being kind of silly. So, mechanical Pandar and Dragonling. Like, it really depends on for what. Like, if you're just trying to do... like, your world quest and whatnot, Mechanical Pandar and Dragonling. Zandalar Ankle Render comes up all the time, and then Anubisath Idol. I think that gives you a good balance of hard countering stuff, bursting through things with the Black Claw Hunting Party combo, and then Anubisath Idol is tanky enough to get you through anything that you need to basically survive a big attack from, as is I think those 3 are probably like a good starting point. There may be a slightly more technically correct answer out somewhere, but it's hard to go wrong with those ones. Who uses numerical keys for bindings? Hella casual, still my favorite though. Uses an orb weaver. Yeah, so the 1 through 12 are on my mouse, and then the F1 through 12 are on my gamepad. That's what's going on with that. I'm not actually hitting like my F9 or my 0 on like an actual keyboard or anything. I have a G600 and then a orb weaver, Razor orb weaver. Although I am still hella casual. Is the Mage Tower? I heard the Mage Tower is up. People are saying that. Can you explain what augment runes are? Yeah, they are a massive gold sink that Blizzard put in to make people do LFR. They're basically, so it's a consumable item. You use it, it gives you primary stat for an hour. It is removed on death, so if you are like progression rating, you're going to need a lot of them because you need to refresh it every time you die. In the most recent patch, they added a permanent one that you can get for 50,000 gold from the Army of Light rep vendor. So once you are revered, I think, with Army of Light, you can purchase a perma-augment rune that, and it might be exalted, it's either revered or exalted, but you can purchase a perma-augment rune that gives you that buff without needing to go through these things. They drop in LFR, and you can also sometimes get them from order hall missions, and you can sell them on the auction house. And the funny thing is, with the amount that most people use, you will probably always be better off not buying the permanent one, because you're almost never going to go through 50,000 gold worth of augment runes that you just bought in the auction house, unless you are like a mythic progression raider. But it feels bad to like press a button and know that every wipe you lost like 40 gold or whatnot. So people just buy, including myself, will just buy the permanent one, and then you don't have to worry about like managing them. Nubis isn't a bad farm, not at all. No, I haven't watched you live in forever. New character colors. Oh, I can't speak. Thank you very much, Alex. Primal Direhorn, broken in my opinion. Primal Direhorn mounts pets. Primal Direhorn. Oh, elevator. Ah, hang on. It's not the stunted is the one that I don't have because it's Primal Direhorn. That's a, you mean pygmy or runt? Because I don't think there is a Primal Direhorn. Pet. There might be a mount. It sounds like a thing. I'm confused. Would you ever get a pet squirrel? Absolutely not. No. I see many squirrels on my daily walks. They kind of infest the town that I live in. But squirrels are wild animals. They're not domestic, and I don't think they would be very happy as a pet. Can you help me settle a dispute? Holy or disc? For me, holy. If I have to pick one, yeah. Big yawn for the cat. Do you recommend an orb weaver for someone with small hands? My fingers are so short. I think it would be better for somebody with small hands than a keyboard is. You don't have to travel as far to reach keys. But I have remarkably large hands, so I can't actually test it for you. I have skinny wrists and long fingers. I think it's just, they're proportional to the rest of me. I'm just tall. Also, I don't know what's happening here. But yeah, I think it would be better. Hi, Hazel from the UK. Hi, Craig. How are you doing? You drink rooibos tea? It's good stuff. Rooibos and then honeybush, which is like related. It's a very similar. It's another one of those red teas. It's a really nice evening tea. How is your progress with your EU account? I have been slacking off. I think what I'm going to do, and I might actually make a video about this. I think what I'm going to do is I think I might need to server transfer. Because the thing that I need to be doing on EU is farming gold. That's the one thing that I need on EU, is just like a steady gold supply, so that I can, at the very least, continue to get high quality pet prizes for European winners of my Patreon Battle Pet giveaway. And lots of things that make you gold work with the auction house. For example, flipping things on the auction house, or selling herbs that you pick up on the auction house. And the auction house in Draenor EU works terribly. I thought it was just EU lag, but it's not. I've tried other servers, and I've heard a lot of supporting information from other people that say that the Draenor and Silvermoon EU auction houses are basically throttled during peak hours. There's a very slow response time on them. It's just super frustrating to do anything on them. And it makes me really not want to go play. It makes me not want to play on EU, because most of what I'm doing is trying to make gold, and it's so frustrating to have to spend so much time trying to post something on the auction house. So I think I'm probably going to make a video about that issue, just to kind of illustrate and like speculate about what's going on, and maybe raise a little bit more. I wish I had known, because I used a boost that came with the copy of the game that I bought. I should have used my trinket. I used a boost to boost my character on that realm, and I'm going to have to pay extra money to transfer it if I don't want to live that way. So I wish I had known about this auction house issue before I created my character there. Oh man. I'm on Draenor right now, but I think I'm going to switch. I think I'm switching to Erythor. It's not like a crazy big server pop, but honestly, I don't need like I need the server to have a reasonably functional auction house, which any medium to high pop server is gonna have, and that's it. Like, if I was gonna do this on EU, like if I was gonna do like a viewer LFR run, it doesn't matter what server I'm on. It doesn't matter at all. Are you drinking matcha? No, this is a bilo chen. This is a Chinese like the little snail shaped. It's a green tea. Please ready check. I suppose I could do that next time. I do have lead, don't I? Get and sell albino buzzards. I couldn't get an albino buzzard to drop. Somebody actually gave me mine. I was farming it every day until somebody gave me one, and then I stopped farming it because I had one, but I couldn't get one to drop. Now, dibblers drop for me. Dibblers I've been able to farm. You made me realize how much I missed having a fish tank, so this week I got a 3-gallon tank, now home to a red half-moon betta named Tango. Keep up the good work. Aw, Tango sounds like a great name for a fish. If you have any pictures of Tango, you should post them in the Pet Pics channel of the Discord. That sounds awesome. Oh, I need to scooch. Scooch! Do you think these ads are still going to be up by the time that my drink comes out? Probably not. Like 10 seconds is a long time. I haven't done this raid in a while. This is a weird feeling. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous about when raid testing happens for the next raids on the alpha. It's probably not going to be for a little bit, but it was just such a... I'm definitely doing raid guides again, and I really enjoyed making them, but raid testing on PTR and alpha is such a nerve-wracking experience for me because you're raiding with people that you don't know, doing content that you don't know how to do, and I'm typically doing a role that I don't know because I always heal in PTR testing because it's much easier to find groups that way. It's so scary. I'm an easily frightened person in social situations, but that was really scary for me. Maybe it'll get easier the more I do it. Do you reply to Insta DMs? No, I don't even read them. To be completely honest with you, I don't even read them. I didn't even know Insta had DMs for a long, long time. And then I found them, and there was like this big backlog, and I was like, that's scary, and I don't want to look at it. Any news on the husky human race yet? It's all I want. Oh, like the cult around humans? It's air quotes confirmed. Like, Ion name dropped it as an allied race in one of the most recent Q&As, so it is almost certainly happening. The big question for me, at least, is whether or not the thin human model will be another option for cult around humans, because in cult around human NPCs, some of them do use that thin human model. So I'm interested to see if that will be available as a player model under the same race, or just what's going to happen with that. We'll find out. Love your stream. Thank you. Can I have your cat? No, that's my cat. I will give that cat up for nothing. Many of my favorite WoW content creators are only doing BFA stuff. I've been avoiding all BFA content until launch. That's rough. That sucks. I mean, I get it. I totally get why you'd want to avoid spoilers and experience things for the first time. But content creators, myself included, are going to be focusing largely on BFA stuff until BFA, just because that's where the news is, and that's where the news is, that's where the views are. It's just kind of what's going to be going on, so there's definitely a lot of things that you won't be able to watch. Muting. Sorry. When I first heard the Demon Hunter announcement, I did what every kid did, say you will play Demon Hunter and nothing else ever again. Did you, though? Because some people did. Some people made the switch. I definitely did not. I mean, yeah. I don't think I ever really thought I would play Demon Hunter, though. It's melee. Melees are so close to stuff. How do you see what you're... Like, I can barely see what I'm supposed to be not stepping on when I'm out in ranged. If you were starting to raid in a guild and you have only played on a decent notebook with an SSD, what would you buy to improve your playing? Decent notebook with an SSD. Your next upgrade from there is a desktop PC. Like if you've already put the SSD in your notebook, there's nothing else that you can really do to improve your WoW performance. Upgrading your RAM's not really going to do that. KM Hasty87, thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I hope that you enjoy the stream. But yeah, your next step up from there is just a desktop. And I've always had a very easy time justifying desktop component purchases to myself because you can use it for its entire lifespan. And then when it breaks or like wears out or whatever, you can then replace just that part. So, whereas with a laptop, like if you're using a laptop and you're, the cooler dies or like sometimes you'll be able to repair them, but for the most part, it's pretty much the end of the laptop. Like, and because all the parts are housed so close together, sometimes damage to one will cause damage to the rest of them, which isn't so much the case for desktops. I've gotten a little bit off topic, but basically, your next step is to save some money. It obviously doesn't really help you with your laptop, and try to work towards a PC. Now is not a great time, though. Honestly, the graphics card situation is gnarly. It's really bad. I like the lore behind Demon Hunters, don't like their mechanics. I like the way they look, like the wings and the flapping around and the slow fall and the double jump. I think they look really cool. It's kind of like the WoW version of a Genji between the double jump anyways, and they're being kind of edgy. But, yeah, it's melee. Any melee only class is going to be an instant hard pass for me. Okay, so I will loot this boss. And I will get an augment rune. And once again, if anybody has anything that they don't need, feel free to put it for rolls so that I can roll on it. Do you stream on Twitch? No, not anymore. And I did actually a video going over some reasons for that, but basically I like being able to have a higher quality stream. Like I can stream in 1080 60 FPS here. I can just crank the bitrate and it's fine on YouTube. You have one character that you used every day. You're just doing the albino buzzard. You've had over 5 drop, not including my keeper buzzard. Oh, maybe I should just try it again. Do you know the Cuticles pet achievement? The last 2 pets I needed was the Faceless Mind Lasher and the Zephyrian Prince. You could get an external GPU for a laptop if you really want to keep playing on it. Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. That's the whole first win. Oh, darn it. I forgot to roll. I'm sorry. I said put it up for rolling, and then I probably needed it, and then I left the group. Yeah, that's the thing that I need. Sorry. Whoops. I'm gonna queue for the next one. I'm gonna be queuing for Forbidden Descent next. If anybody needs... Thanks. I feel so silly. Whoops. Someone wants to give me the cloak. I know. Oh, that was big derp. That was big derp. So if anybody doing Forbidden Descent next, I'm gonna open it up again just because I think we lost a few. So start list. See if we can get back to the 2-5-18. Happy Easter. They eat the hearts of demons. How much more edgy can you get? WoW will play fine integrated graphics. Friend built a PC for 100 that plays Legion fine. Yeah. It runs pretty good on my laptop, honestly. I feel like there's nothing I could, like, I feel like if I was upgrading my PC, it wouldn't be to make it play WoW better. It would be so that it can handle, not even editing. Premiere works pretty good. My rendering times are fine. After Effects. Hopefully you're a DPS because we don't have spots for anything else. I feel like I would really run After Effects more smoothly with more RAM. I'm using 16 gigs of kind of slow RAM right now, to be honest, and my motherboard won't really take anything better because it's a pretty old motherboard with a pretty old processor. I guess it could go up to 32, but I would still have to buy slow RAM, and that seems like a dumb idea. And if I could just, and I know it's going to be expensive, but I really want to get just like 64 gigs of at least 3K speed RAM just to make After Effects run the previews more smoothly, because whenever I'm trying to learn. I know that my titles and whatnot are like kind of goofy. I'm practicing, and it would be a lot easier to practice if I'm going to queue this now. It would be a lot easier to practice if I had a little bit more RAM. Zach Browning, thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Squirrel Squad, I hope that you enjoy the stream. I hope that you enjoy your emotes. I'm glad to have you here. I appreciate it. Less talky, more pew pew. Are you familiar with streaming? Don't forget to do the StarCraft achievement. WoW only valid for today. Is it just today? I thought it was going to be up for a few weeks. I do have StarCraft pets. Someone's offline. Oh no. Oh no. Let's try it again. It's 5 on a Friday. Wake that kitty up. Look sound asleep. She sleeps a lot, and I think that's pretty typical for cats. I think they normally sleep a lot. Valida. I think you got reported on your server. You dressed as the Resto Incarn tree, recruited disciples in the Cathedral Square. You called it Trejan. Hello, Hazel. What's up, Dollypop? You haven't seen it that color yet? I like it quite a bit. What kind of graphics card do you use? I have a GTX 1070 in there, and it does perfectly fine for everything, I think. I think anything beyond that would be a little overkill. Although I'm all about the overkill for my next build. We're going full overkill. But yeah, I have a 1070. I bought it before the bubble, and I'm really glad I did, because otherwise I would be it would be bad. Okay, not selecting rolls. Do I need to try the roll check again? What StarCraft thing? So there's a StarCraft anniversary feat of strength. I'll try it once we actually get into the raid. There's a StarCraft anniversary feat of strength thing that gives you like an achievement, I think. And it needs you to slash salute one of the StarCraft based pets, like a StarCraft Collector's Edition pets. I have so like one of these guys. I have the Baneling. So, and I'll summon this in raid again if anybody here. But I think it's slash salute. Nothing happened. Are you sure it's today? Well, I was usually CPU bound anyways. It needs both. In my experience, if you're playing with a very basic graphics card or integrated graphics, a dedicated one, like a pretty reasonable one, like I would say at least a 1060 or better, is going to be a significant upgrade for your FPS and like the quality settings that you're able to run things on. Can I... Lita? Can I ask Cloak? I feel so bad for not rolling for it last time. Maybe I should just slash roll. Slash roll. I rolled a 48. How much RAM? That's a good question. I don't remember. I got it a while ago. Join the stream just in time to LFR with Hazel. She doesn't do much in the raid, mainly talking. It's LFR. I definitely don't stream when I'm doing my regular raid. I used to, actually. Thank you. I used to stream my raid nights back in Blackrock Foundry, and to some extent the raid before that. What was that? Heimal? I specifically remember streaming Blackrock Foundry, but it was hard to raid. I wouldn't really talk to my guild that much. I wasn't able to talk to chat that much, and my raid performance suffered. So I definitely don't. I try and do less intensive activities when I'm streaming so that I can talk to you guys and try and keep up with chat. It needs to be somebody else's pet? Well, that would be silly. Did anybody get it? Is it like a cheer or a salute? I don't think it's available yet. I need to double check the dates on it. I remember I tried it like the day that I heard the news, and then I realized that it wasn't that day. Feat of Strength starts tomorrow? Okay. I see. You're going to spend on your PC. You got a 960. You're thinking maybe a secondhand GPU and an SSD. Definitely SSD first. That'll help you with your loading times a lot. They're not that expensive. A 960 is not that bad. Could you make a pet battle guide for absolute noobs like me? I lost some comments in other videos. I actually saw that. I added it to my short list. Like a super basics guide of like what pets to get first, how to. I have guides for all the different bits of it. Like I have one about how to level your first pets in Legion. It's basically get a boon of the Zookeeper, and then once you have 45 pet charms, go buy the stone in the $1 on Pet Shop. But yeah, like a basics guide that goes over like the basic principles of it. I do want to do that. It's probably not going to be soon. I have a huge backlog of videos, most of which are BFA videos that I'm trying to work through. But it is on the list, I promise. It got an EU today? I see. So probably tomorrow then. Salute on either yours or someone else's pet. Most cats sleep 16 hours. That sounds about right. Because she sleeps at night. She sleeps on my feet, but then she also sleeps for large parts of the day. SD only affects loading screens from storage, won't benefit you all except for loading screens. Yeah, but then everything else is also much better, or smoother, or faster. I don't know. I feel like SSDs was the most noticeable improvement to my PC that I made. Bam. Why do you like Shadow Priest so much? Why pick it as your main? Why do I like... I think that's the thing that I've enjoyed... Okay. Say a bunch of words until I figure out which ones I actually mean. I have been a Shadow Priest main since late MOP, and Shadow Priest has gone through a couple of different versions since then. You know, in Warlords, we had a brief period of dot weaving playstyle. We've had Mind Spike playstyle. We've had what it was in MOP, like before Insanity was added. So I've enjoyed a variety of different playstyles, and the only real binding factor was Shadow Form and basically being purple. Once I started getting into the sort of Cthulhu-like themes with all of the tentacles and the old gods and the void, I've always enjoyed that. I mean, who doesn't like a good Cthulhu? And So I've always liked the theme of it and like the look of it. Slash ready check. There you go. The thing that I like about it in Legion, that I like about the current version, it was more pronounced in early Legion with the Surrender to Madness playstyle, but it's still a thing. The gameplay of having increasing haste as you progress your Void form and having your insanity drain ever more quickly and just struggling to keep it going, that's very adrenaline inducing, and it's also very skill based. There's a lot of things that you can do if you're good and you're prepared and you know the fight that can give you a much longer Void form. Like one mistake can mean like losing 15 plus stacks because you didn't pre-move somewhere, you know? So I really like that it feels like it's got a good skill ceiling to it without having a very high skill floor. Like, it's easy to get started with, but it's tricky to master, and it feels very satisfying when you've mastered it. And then that adrenaline-inducing feeling. It's not like I'm just waiting for procs. It feels like my destiny is in my own hands. I don't feel like I'm waiting on RNG to do my damage. I feel like if I did well in a fight, it's because I did well. Hazel, I got 5 cats. Congrats on your 5 cats. Do they all get along? I've always kind of wanted additional cats one day, but I would hate to stress out my new cat and my existing cat if they just didn't like each other. What legendaries have you got with a Void Elf? So far, just this one. Only killed Jaden's Burning Wish. That's it. That's all I got. And I actually got it this morning. Is there any information on pet stuff in BFA yet? About to hit 2k pet charms, I still have no idea why I'm continuing to get them. Let me tell you. You're continuing to get them because you know they will add new pets in BFA, and you want to be prepared to upgrade the quality of any wild pets you catch and instantly level any pets that are learned at level 1 so that you can be like day 1 ready to go for the BFA pets. We don't know much of anything about BFA pets yet so far. There are wild pets on the BFA Alpha, but they're existing ones. There are no new wild pets yet. It's just like a bunch of adders and black rats and whatnot. So, not yet. But I can tell you that the second that we have like a pet tamer or wild pets or even new pets in the journal, there's a couple of new pet entries in the journal. Some of them are very clearly placeholder. They have very massively mismatched names and models and whatnot, and the abilities aren't in yet. There is one that's in called Dart. It is a Stranger Things reference. It's like a little grubby dude. But for the most part, very few pets in the alpha yet. But, you know, as soon as it happens, I will be on it. I'm waiting. I made a Warlock. I'm kind of disappointed in the current state of demo and Affliction, so I mainly play my S-Priest. It's more like a Warlock than a Warlock is right now. I've always kind of looked at Warlock as sort of like a sister class to S-Priest and wondered if I ever should go back and just be Affliction, because there's, you know, pets and just having... Why did I Void form there? That's a terrible idea. What you do on this fight as a Shadow Priest is usually not consequential. I never ever do anything worthwhile here. But yeah, I always go back to Priest. 4 cats here. When using your method and have leveled random cute pets without any idea if I'm doing it correctly, I will be waiting for your guide. A good place to start is always going to be to try and get the pets that you want to do world quests. So I have guides for the Legion world quests. So if you get pets that are featured in a lot of that, or I actually have a list of like the 10 pets that are best for Legion. I have that video on my channel. Not the 10 best pets that were added in Legion. Different video. 10 best pets for Legion. That's a good place to start too. Nothing new added to Noble Garden this year? I thought there was something. Wait, is it up? Did I space and... No, Noble Garden doesn't start for a few days. Whew. I need to try and... Oh no, Noble Garden's next week, isn't it? Oh no, it starts on Monday. Oh no, I'm not ready. Oh man, how am I gonna do that? Your mom used to have 22 cats at one time. We gave them all but 4 away to friends and family. Yeah, that's too many for them to all be happy and well cared for. Ever heard of T2? Not sure where else in the world it is, but it's a popular tea store in Australia. Tea is kind of meh, but the teaware is stunning and pretty reasonably priced. I have not heard of T2. If I ever travel anywhere, I've never really been off of North America. I've been to Canada. Well, I'm from Canada. I've been around Canada a little bit, and I've been to a couple places in the States. Oregon and Florida once. And Washington, because you go through Washington to get to Oregon. That's it. I've never even been to California. And if I ever travel internationally, properly, I would love to see how everybody does tea, because almost every culture, not all of them, but most of them, have some kind of tea in them, and it's different all around the world. And I feel like that would be a really cool thing to look for in all of these different places, is how everybody handles tea. What do you think of Blizzard not adding much of the Alliance in BFA? A lot of people are saying the Horde are getting much more love. I just disagree. And I also think that the game's not ready yet. I think that the Alliance zones are very cool. There's a lot of cool storylines going on. And that there's not really that much disparity. And if there is, it's entirely possible that the Alliance parts of it just aren't in yet. Best Pets level first. I made a video for that. Yeah, go check him out then too. Also, Hero, I wasn't sure if you were still here. So I finished with your team off stream. Apparently, the best way for me to do PvP pet battles is off stream. I have a sneaking suspicion that I might be getting a tiny bit stream sniped when I do it on stream. Maybe I'm just making excuses. But I won like 8 times in a row off stream. So I got my humanoid... Oh, presents! Oh, you're the best! Thanks! I got my humanoid brawler. I finished it with the team that you recommended. And now I'm trying to do the aquatic brawler, and I am terrible at trying to make teams. I should put that on, huh? Oh, does that give me 2-piece? Oh no, I need to put on that one. And 2-piece. Oh, that's great. That helps so much. Okay. Roll for the ring / roll. Ooh, a 5. That is no good. British do the tea proper way. Toodle a bit. Where did you visit in Florida? I was 17. I went to Orlando to visit Disney World. That's it. That's good. Aqua team should be easier since they counter undead. Okay. But what sort of pets do I want to run for it? Because I was looking through my pets. I was looking through my aquatic pets. And I was looking at Puddle Terror, because a lot of people seem to be using him. And I was assuming it's some kind of like Sunlight Nature's Ward thing with one of these two for damage. Another one that I was looking at was the Penguin. I saw a lot of people doing kind of the Slippery Ice Lance thing. And then I was thinking, you know, I got Toddle. I got this Crawdad that might just annoy people until they quit. I don't know what to use. I need to hear who coaches Hazel through her family brawler, otherwise she will never ever do it series. Earl Grey Milk and Sugar from the UK. Oh, I forgot to take the portal. There's actually, if you talk to A&R, she'll port you out of here. Pro tip that I didn't use. You need to come to Japan then. No one else does a tea ceremony that comes close. I would love to visit East Asia. Like Japan, China, and Korea. I would love to visit all 3 of them. I would love to go clothes shopping, but nothing's going to fit me. I'm too tall. I have Florida. This game is the best game in the world. This game is legendary. Best aquabats are Hydraling, Purple Puffer, Magical Crawdad, and Emperor Crab. Oh, okay. Hydraling, Purple Puffer, Magical Crawdad, Emperor Crab. Just like a healing thing? What does the Emperor Crab do? Emperor Crab. And also, I might not have the right breed. I have the Guardian breed. Is that okay? Are you going to call my precious crab buddy garbage? Purple Puffer. I have that. Yeah, it's a TCG pet. What do you do with him? Also, he's really mean looking. Or she's very mean looking. Pardon me. I should probably ready check that. Can't think of a good theme team. I see. Have you done Family Brawler? Your sister drinks way too much green tea. I hate green tea. There's so many. That's like saying that you hate juice, though. Like, there's so many different types of it. I have discovered that I can't drink sencha unless I have, like, I can drink it with a meal. If I try and drink it without eating food at the same time, it makes me ill. You have the wrong breed, Emperor Crab. I didn't know that was possible, but my buddy. What do you mean he's wrong? Why did I name him Blue Crab? I mean, he is a blue crab. I don't remember doing that. You didn't get to visit the beaches on the Gulf west coast of the state? Oh, in Florida. Yeah, probably. All I remember from my Florida trip is crazy humidity. And Disney World was fun. I want to do Disneyland at some point. Like, if I ever do a BlizzCon trip, I would love to stay the extra day and do, like, you know, Universal Studios, the Harry Potter thing specifically. And ambivalent on Disney properties. I used to love Disney movies as a kid, and I still do, but it's been a while. I'm kind of more in... BlizzCon will be my Disneyland. But Harry Potter I can get excited about. A friend of mine who does a lot of business travel says it tends to go best when he's got a theme of sort. We're going up. We're going up. In the state of Florida, I see. In the future, if I get a cat, I'm definitely giving it a super fancy human name. Cats are the best pets to do that with, because most pets, if you give it a name with like a crazy amount of syllables, you need a shorter version of it. Otherwise, you say its name and it looks at you like, what are you talking about? But cats are going to look at you that way no matter what their name is. I think my cat... No, she doesn't know her name because I never call her by her name. I just call her Cat. Like, they might know their names, but it doesn't really... They're not really going to respond to them. What you name them isn't terribly important like it is with a dog. So if you're going to name anybody, you know... Prince Pumplesnout Vom Tiddlybum. It should be a cat probably. Or a fish. You know, fish don't really mind either. I haven't done Family Brawler yet. If you want, I can hop in a chat. I can coach you through the Aquapets for PvP or not. That would just be the fastest way. That would be. I am kind of, like I said, I don't really want to do it on stream because it seems like my queues are 10 times harder whenever I do them on stream. What Hogwarts house are you in? Much to my initial dismay, it's grown on me, but much to my initial dismay, no matter what quiz I take, I am a Hufflepuff. The official Pottermore quiz put me in Hufflepuff, and I suppose I'm just a Hufflepuff. I think it's because I value hard work. And I thought for sure I would be like a Slytherin or a Ravenclaw. I was very much a bookworm kind of student type as a kid. Like I spent a lot more time studying than anything else as a child. And I don't know about studying, but like schoolwork. School was a big deal for me as a kid, so I figured I'd be a Ravenclaw, but apparently I'm a Hufflepuff. Would you ever visit South Africa? I don't know enough about it. I don't know enough about South Africa, and the public perception where I am about it is that it's dangerous. I don't know if that's true. I'm sure there are perfectly safe places to visit, but I wouldn't know enough to be able to probably do it safely on my own. I feel like I would want to have somebody that I already know that's there that can kind of show me around. Did you know that they built a Harry Potter theme park in Disneyland, or was it Disney World? So there's one in both. There's like a smaller one, I think, in Disneyland, which is California, which is probably what I would end up visiting on a BlizzCon trip. And then there's like a bigger one, like a proper Harry Potter world in Florida. I don't know if it's part of Disney World or not, but I do know that there's a bigger one out on the East Coast. Oh no! Oh, I should have stacked. Oh, whoops, sorry. Well, that's okay. Thanks, guys. Huh? What if Blizzard realizes they have Activision money and decide to actually make Blizzard World? I got baited so hard during the Blizzard World map announcement. I was freaking out because I thought it was real. I was so excited that I wasn't looking at the screen. I was just listening to them talk about it, and I was just so hyped. And then I look up at the screen and I see Overwatch graphics, and just my heart just sinks, and it's like, oh no, I wanted it to be real. Oh hey, you want up? Somebody's up. Somebody's up. Hi. Yeah, I know. You have a good nap? How was your nap? How was your spot? Your fur's covering it. Her spot, if anybody's curious, it seems to be healing up just fine. It's just a scab. Vet said it's like a spider bite or a bug bite or something that got a little bit irritated. But it seems to be just fine. Wizarding World in California is in Universal Studios. Okay. Universal Studios. Is it... Now, don't you have to pay for a Disneyland ticket? Are they connected? I don't really know how it works. Sort of dangerous. Just wondering. Oh, okay. Kitty on the move. Do you play Overwatch? A little bit. I watch a lot more Overwatch than I play. I am an avid Overwatch League follower. I enjoy watching Overwatch League very much. I even more enjoy keeping up with Overwatch League drama online because it's hilarious. But I don't play very often. Whenever I play, I remember that I'm not very good, and then I go back to watching it. StarCraft event starts tomorrow? Gotcha. Cat breaking my heart. I guess I should turn off the camera. Actually, no, what I'm going to do is after this boss, I can move the camera to be a fish cam. Although that does mean that I have to stand up. PBM Murder Crab can kill the entire team if they don't have a counter for it. They're just like a purple puffer. That one Ninja Turtle. Snarly might be good, but I have to go in with them. Okay, so I should go get it, because that's just a wild pet, right? Like, I can just go find a different one. What do I do with the purple puffer? Did anybody bring it? Do you have to bring over fire in LFR, or can we can just kill him? Okay. Can I add you on Battle.net? No, I don't add people. I'm sorry. Do you play any non-Blizzard games? Favorite non-Blizzard games are Dark Souls series, but I haven't had time to play anything like that for a long time. Might be kind of an excuse, but for the most part, if I have any extra free time, I usually put it into either WoW, Overwatch, or Hearthstone, and I don't often have a whole lot of extra time. It's very easy to just always start in the next video. And also, I never, like, I feel like in my soul that I am capable of making a video every day. And some days I just can, and then some weeks it's just I can't. Like, I try, and I put in the time, and then, like, the end of the day comes, and I'm a third of the way through it, and then I stay up all night, and then I'm, like, I sleep the next day, and it's all ruined. And I'm wondering if I need to change my channel release schedule so that I'm not trying to put out new videos every day. But I think I can do it. I don't know. I haven't been able to do it consistently anyways. Where did the kitty go? Kitty's right here. Kitty had to move to be on a lap, and now the camera doesn't really show her that well. Actually, this has got a little bit of ceiling going on, so I can tilt this to be a little bit more down to get just a little bit more of the cat. Cat. Oh, it's too far. I mean, that is the preferred view, right? Like, we don't really need me. I know who you guys are here for. Emperor's Wild Cat, gotcha. Purple Puffer has good stats and a moveset that goes well with them. Okay, but what moveset should I use? Did I stand in something? I was looking at my cat. Pick a pack of pickled purple puffers. My first stream. Have you ever tried role-playing in WoW, and has it ever interested you? Welcome to the stream, first of all. Hang on, I can't talk to you guys like this. Welcome to the stream. I haven't tried serious role-playing. I like having backstories for my character, kind of like a headcanon, but I have only dabbled very briefly with interacting with other people in kind of a roleplay space. I used to very much prefer playing on roleplay servers. I can't move the camera, I've got a cat on me. I used to really like playing on roleplay servers because I found that the people were very nice and that the names were less obnoxious. I like it when people have roleplay names. But I haven't done it myself. Living for your posters that are on your videos. I want them. In your last stream you said they were out of stock, not on the site. RIP my life. Yeah, pretty much. That's about it. Up for grabs. / roll. 13, oh no. Yeah, no, I don't know if those will ever be made available again. I feel like they didn't sell all that many of them beforehand, because they were pretty expensive. Like, at full price, those things were like, I think, $50 each. So getting a whole set of them would be quite expensive. I bought them for much less than that, I think $15 each, because I got them at the spring clearance sale. But unfortunately, after they cleared them out, they took them down. Sorry, I'm late. Glad to catch you live. Welcome, Jordan, pardon me. You take heal, surge, and that charge up move. The purple puffer. If I have any time at the end of the stream, I'd like to go try and find a crab. Heal, surge, and pump. Okay, heal, surge, and pump. So it can both hit quickly, hard, and heal itself. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And then if you have like a turn... Oh, I always get lost. I need to follow the people. If you have a turn that you need to bide a turn because they're diving or whatever, you can use that to prep your pump. Is that your Void Elf that you leveled up? Yep, it is. Oh no, I'm lost. Oh dear. I'm supposed to talk to somebody? I can't go that way. Khadgar, help. Khadgar, I'm lost. Iminar. So Iminar up here. I want to take the port. Whoops, the daisies. Figured it out. Oh goodness. You just wander and read people's profiles while I'm waiting for Q. Illyria or Sylvanas? I mean, feels mean to pick sides. How's LFR going? You guys are carrying... I've hopped into the backpack and I'm just being carried all the way to victory right now. Kitty is cute. Only evil people talk while having a kitty in their laps. I've seen it in movies. You gotta be... For that, you gotta be stroking the kitty. You gotta be petting her while you're talking. And then, you know, if you get a good mustache stroke going on. You know the one movie that I know that has a villain that does that with the cat? Is Spice World. You guys remember Spice World? I'm not that old, but that's probably one of the things that dates me a little bit. That movie, if you ever go back and watch it, is so funny now. With, like, the aliens? Oh, my gosh. I was a big Spice Girls fan as a kid. Spice Girls was, like, I was the right age at the right time to get super into Spice Girls. And, oh, man. The villain in Spice World. That was a good one. We gonna do Argus? Yeah, planning on. I got 45 more minutes of stream left. I'm planning on just sitting here in Q and LFR until we're done. Or until 5. You know, whichever comes first. Dropping by to say thanks for the guides. Thanks for watching them, Brian. Worm Rest Accord's your favorite NA server? I had a character Worm Rest Accord at least once. Hi. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, sorry. I forgot to do the pull timer. Whoops daisies. Aw, thanks. Appreciate it. I will remember to put that on after this. Let me see if I can actually do I'm not gonna do damage. This is so you guys can show off to each, well, I don't know about show off. Is show off the right word? I very much enjoy doing it. Like if I join like somebody's stream group, I always want them to have the frames up top so that I can like try really hard. Sleep canister out there. Whenever my raid does this, we always move, like we stack up and then we move as a group and then whoever gets the canister has to run out. And I never liked doing that. I always felt like it was more movement than just having everybody spread out to begin with. But it seemed to work for us, though. Have you ever played Skyrim? Yeah, I've played it. Skyrim makes me motion sick. I've tried playing Skyrim a variety of times. Like, I always go through a phase every couple of years where I remember how excited everybody was about that when it came out. And I really want to go on just a big adventure. And I spend, like, 2 days creating my Skyrim character because the customization options are intense. And then I play it, and then I remember that Skyrim makes me motion sick. And I can't play it because I get nauseous. Which is weird because I played Oblivion. Oh, sorry, Kat. I know. I spoke too loudly. She's gonna go wander off now. I played Oblivion when I first moved out of my parents' home, or my mom's apartment at the time, to go to university. I moved into a basement suite while I was going to university, and I didn't have internet for like 2 weeks because the internet hookup took a really long time to get installed. So I couldn't play WoW for 2 weeks, and I couldn't do anything online for 2 weeks. But all I had was a copy of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So I did like a vampire run of that. Like there's a vampire guild that you can join. And I actually didn't know what I was doing when I started doing it. I was like, oh, this guy's cool. I'm going to do what he says. And then all of a sudden I can't go out during the daytime. And my character looked like really ugly. And I really enjoyed that. So that was why I wanted to play Skyrim. But I found, oops, I tripped. I'm sorry. I tripped. I found I couldn't do it. Because the motion, something about the motion. There's probably a setting that I could fix. Widening my field of view did not fix it for me. But I just don't have time. Hello, Hazel. Hello, Zephons. How are you doing? Are you going to see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? I had 20 cats at once in New Hampshire. I had to give a cat up because I'll be getting a kidney transplant. That's hard. I did see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I actually bought it. I was gonna rent it on iTunes, but then I was like, I'm just gonna digitally purchase a copy of this because I know I'm going to enjoy it. I want to get this all the way over. I have time, right? I have time. All the way, not all the way. Oh, sorry. I thought I could get past you. Yeah, I really like that movie. They're making another one, right? They're making a whole trilogy. Hollywood, like, if it's an established IP, they can't just make one movie anymore. There is no, let's just make one of these. If you've already established that the IP is going to be profitable, you're making at least 3, if not 3 plus a 2-part ending. There's a Skyrim mod to steady the camera? Okay. Love your hair, thanks! Bethesda remembers that too, that's why it's ported to most every system. What allied race would you like to see in or after BFA? I would love to see the remaining Naga join the Alliance or the Horde after we kill Ashara. I would like to see, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I would like to see a sort of Dryad-based race. Kind of like centaurs, dryads. They don't even need, like, you can make a weird version of them with 2 legs if you really want. Oh, sorry. We're good. I think that's the one I would want. Aside from that, I can't really think of anything. Like, every time they come up with an allied race, and they come out with models and info for it, I'm like, oh man, that's super cool. I really like all of that, and I'm very excited for it. But until they come out with it, I didn't see it coming. I didn't predict any of them. I'm not very forward thinking in that way. If you didn't take several hours creating a character's appearance, did you really make the character your own? Right? And, like, it has to come out looking not quite the way that you want it to. Like, it's always going to be a little bit ugly when you're done because you messed with the facial structure a little bit too much, and you just can't quite figure out how to fix it. Speaking of can't quite figure out how to fix it. Is that better? Yeah, I'm mostly in that. What's your item level? On my new priest, I am item level 906. My old priest was 965 or so. About 965 is about where I got to. And I'm just trying to get this one some gear for, you know, everyday use. New IP costs too much to market. That sounds true. It's very easy for people outside of movie making to be like heavily criticize people making movies for making safe decisions, but we're not the ones spending $1 bajillion. What do you do with nuts? Very little. You can gamble them with the flip nut command. You can basically collect them and then have sort of a digital record of how much time you spent in the stream. Or occasionally, very, very occasionally, whenever I remember, I do pet battle giveaways where I have a couple of battle pets on NA that I'll give away on stream for like a raffle, where you can use your nuts to buy raffle tickets. Lose my voice a little bit. But those pets are never terribly valuable, so I don't ever want people to feel like they can't gamble their nuts, like they're gonna miss out on a crazy rare pet. There we go. That's 2. I'm gonna remember to loot the boss. I don't know if I've gotten any loot on my own so far. I've just gotten a bunch of generous donations. Mostly from Valita, thank you. Ooh. Okay, so we got the neck, and then I had that ring. So which of my 2 rings is worst? 1410 haste. All right, so this is my worst ring. So this one we put on the seal, the Portal Master, and we're gonna do wing 3 next. Do a giveaway? Nope. Keeping that. Is it worth leveling professions on any new character before BFA? Specifically engineering mining. Leveling mining is something that kind of, like, if you're just mining while you go around doing your world quests in BFA, you'll get some profession skill over time. It's not a big deal. It's not going to cost you anything. Engineering, I would say no. I wouldn't worry about it. I'm not worrying about my enchanting. I don't think it's worth it. Because you won't need to have any of this done in order to create endgame stuff in BFA. If you ever want to go back and create old engineering stuff, which is something that people often do want to do with engineering, like if you want to unlock old recipes for example, like pets, if you want to make old engineering battle pets, then you will need to level it. But you can always wait until things are. Oh, that reminds me. There's no big rush to do it now. Sure. That's pretty good. Alright. How are we doing actually? Did we lose anybody? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a healer spot, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 13. Okay, so I'm going to relist us actually. I'm going to relist us, so if anybody wants to join for Wing 3, I will be starting listing again until we get... so one of our 3 tanks is going to need to switch to DPS. I mean, I guess you don't need to, it's LFR, but basically... a couple DPS spots open and a healer spot. So 2 DPS spots and a healer spot, right? Because it still needs to be 25 even if we're running with 3 tanks. So 2. So I only have 1 DPS spot, so this was the first person to apply. So we have 2 healer spots now. But we're full on DPS and tanks. Healer. Avatar costs insane money to hype because nobody knew anything about it. Is he ever making another one of those? I heard there was an Avatar sequel in the makings, but Avatar was like a long time ago now. Best stats for Shadow Priest? Haste. Haste until you get more than I have, like, what was it? 12,500, 13k haste-ish. At which point you then want mastery? Mastery and crit are very close. Generally speaking, versatility is your worst one, but it's not that bad. But you want haste. All right, so I'm gonna queue us up now. This is pretty close, so we're going 3rd wing. Queue us up. I will be back, but I will make the queue. roll check failed. Oh no. Let's try again. Took them 10 years to make the first one. This might be a while then. Did they finish the remodeling in your apartment? No, they did not. There is still no flooring in our bathroom. And it makes it really annoying to clean. But they apparently have to import the vinyl from out of state to make it match the other apartments. Not that I care, but the apartments care, I guess. So we don't know when it's going to happen. It will hopefully only be, from what I'm hearing, it'll hopefully only be one more day of work. I just don't know when that gets to be. Heard there was a sequel like 6 years ago. Not that excited. I'm definitely more excited about the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them sequel, just because I really enjoyed that movie. By the time you might not want haste, you should be simming against the content you're progressing on anyways, basically, yeah. Pretty much. Did you do Argus for the Lego ring before you go to the last boss? No, I'm doing it in order. That's a good idea. It's kind of late now, though. Roll check. What's wrong with our roll check? Is somebody disconnected? What's going on here? This is kind of neat. I drew a portrait of Mecatrius for a Patreon thing, and it's neat to see him in my red group. Need to be cute. Got your lucid nightmare. Watching your older stream really helped. Thanks. Oh, grats. That's an awesome time. You got it in less time than me, probably. People get lost in that for like 6+ hours. That's a super impressive time. Being sick has made it so I can't bake. Oh no. Are you planning about what you're gonna bake once you're not sick anymore? Do you know your Ilvermorny house? No. Where do I find that out? I know I'm familiar with what Ilvermorny is. I just didn't know there was a place that you can get. I don't know it. I don't know what their houses are. Poor floorless Hazel. It's not that big of a deal. At least they fixed the wall. We're not in queue. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Let me reload. Sec, I'll try reloading. Yeah. Did the maze in 40 minutes, got really lucky. Got Charhound, grats! Be out by 2020. He's been waiting for the right time for the tech to be updated to continue his Avatar story. That's how you know. That's how you know that you've really got enough money to do it your way. It's when you're waiting for new tech. It's on Pottermore? Oh. Am I allowed to do that in stream? Is that a thing? Did everybody leave the last instance? I think we did. Let me make sure that I'm queuing us for a raid and not for the heroic Hope's End. Join his party. I think we're good. 1, 2. We were 2518. It was fine. The roll check has failed. Oh no, we do have. No, it should. What? Tank Top Girls queuing is both. Am I being silly? 1, 2. Hang on, let me just set the roll. I think that might be doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, do we have enough healers? No, we should be. Oh, it should pug us a healer. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. Oh, we have one too many DPS. We have one too many DPS. I don't know how I let that happen. Do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, no, we do. Never mind. I don't know what's wrong then. I don't understand. Is anybody telling me? No. Everybody's queuing. Nobody's in the instance. Is it because I'm in my class hall? Should I leave my class hall? Because it's all going through and then the roll check fails. The roll check has failed. You're queued in Raid Finder, the roll check has failed. Don't we need 5 healers? We're short 1 member of the group. It should pug us 1. I mean, we can try and get another healer. We can relist. Raid pre-made raids start. Oh no, my Taurus. Swap to heals. We only have 23. It should be fine. It should be fine. It should be fine. It should work. Anybody else? Anybody know? Came across your Shadow Priest guide. Thanks from New Zealand. Grats on your green sickle. Do you also need your wand Patronus? I forgot my Patronus. I did the quiz and then I forgot. I don't know my wand. Shadow Priest of AoE and also single DPS. AoE is definitely better. Shadow Priest's best DPS is on multiple sustained targets. So like 2 or 3 sustained targets. Someone is in Blackrock Hold. Blackrock Hold? Oh. Yeah, 890 plus. Let's try and... Most people are in Dalaran, Vindicar. Should be good now. Should I try it again? So let's try it again. Make sure nobody's in a PvP queue. Make sure we're all... I think we're all 890 plus. No one's AFK. I thought I was checking, but maybe I wasn't. Someone not meet the gear level? Like, maybe... What else could be causing that? Did you list what tank you got for your fish? It's a 5-gallon from Topfin. It's basically a PetSmart tank. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, I was sure everybody was 890 plus. I feel like the person that was in BRH left. There's somebody in the mountain now, but that should be fine. It's probably just bugged. We'll reload again. What is the group called? It's not listed anymore. It's got good cleave, dots on multiple targets, and they stay up, yeah. Can you make an archaeology tip video? No one has one that explains how to level. Leveling archaeology is really just do archaeology. Anything that's available for you to do, it's gonna level you pretty quickly. You start in the old world, you can level completely with just the old world if you want. Try again. So, Raid Finder, Hope's End, join his party. And then the roll check happens. And then, and then we're queued and the roll check fails. No, I think we're just doomed. I think it's just doomed. I don't know what else to try to fix it. Sad face with a lot of brackets. I think I might just go try and find an Emperor Crab. You know, a couple PvP pet battles. There's no quests. Yeah, you don't do any quests. You just kind of go try to relog. All right. I'll try and relog. Yeah, when you open up your map, you should see some dig sites in Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms. And you fly out there and you just start digging. You use your archaeology skill once you've trained it, of course. It'll be in your spellbook. It'll cause a little telescope thing, and you want to run in the direction of the telescope thing. And the light on it will indicate how far you are away from the dig. So if it's red, you got to run really far and then try again. If it's yellow, you're getting closer, and then if it's green, you're quite close. When you see a white shovel over your head, that means you're standing on top of it and you're ready to, and then you are ready to dig and then loot it. Fix your mog? Okay, it's true. It could be my mog. There we go. Thanks. Oh, see, now the group's not viable. Because too many people chose just tank. So it's a different error message. So the queue was not failing before because of an inviolable group comp, because otherwise it would give you that same error message. I don't know why it's failing, honestly. We have the correct number of people. It's going through the roll check. Try it again. Damage meter is details. Disband and requeue. Do you let your fans join your guild? No. No, I don't. Means NA but has an EU account. After you get those, you have to do a quest. You probably didn't complete the quest yet. You need to do Pathfinder. Part 1 and 2 to unlock class mounts. Guy had the other day, but didn't have flying. No, you don't need to do Pathfinder for the class mount. For the class mount... Oh, did it work? Oh, weird. Why does it say we have no healers? We definitely have some healers. Okay, it worked. Whatever. We're in. Good enough. Let's not question the LFR juju. Oh man. Something I wanted to ask you guys about, actually. And I have a short list of videos that I kind of pick from whenever I need another one that are sort of BFA based. So things that are on the table right now, I want to do a video kind of talking about potential allied races and how likely I think they are to happen. I'm excited to do one that kind of shows off weapon mog in BFA because it's been so long since we've been like mogging our weapons. There's some really cool dungeon weapon mog appearances I want to look at. And then I can always do class previews. I want to do more dungeon previews like the one that I did, although maybe edit them a little less. That one took me a really long time for a short video. But I wanted to know what is there anything from Alpha that you really want to see a video of that you can't get somewhere else? Like, is there something that you want? Oh, actually, I have another one that I won't say anything because I want it to be a slight surprise. But if there's anything if you have any suggestions, feel free to tell me either in chat or if you're watching the stream as a VoD and it's after the fact, you can always tweet them to me or tag me in my Discord, and I will look at them and then add them to the list if I think it's good. You need flying for class mount? Oh, do I? Whoops, sorry. You need it? No, you don't. You need it? No, you don't. Well, now I'm confused. In your video, you said that I need it? Well, I don't know. When is BFA beta? BFA is currently in alpha. They are sending out invites. It's just a matter of time or luck until, like, if you're opted into invites, you just have to hope you get lucky. That fish looks sick? Do you mean that as a compliment? Like, oh yeah, sick looking fish, or do you think that my fish looks ill? Because I can assure you I hope that he's quite healthy. Oh. At first I was like, I shouldn't stand in that, and then I was like, oh no, it's a sharing thing. I should help. And then apparently we didn't have enough to help. But his water quality is good, and he's been eating very well. I think he's fine. First stream viewers I've caught, leveling my Nightborn Warlock on one screen and listening to the stream on the other. The dual monitor playing WoW and stream setup is the way to go for sure. Battle pets in alpha yet? Not really, no. There's a couple of entries in the pet journal. They're very incomplete. There are wild pets in the alpha, but they are existing wild pets like black rats and adders. There's nothing super unique and new, and there are no tamers or anything like that just yet. Your beta was never that active. I think that his personality just makes him very active. He was pretty active even in the little cup they had him in the store. But I think having the room really helps, and of course his tank is heated. And I actually replaced his heater to get one that would accurately keep it at 78 degrees Fahrenheit because his other one was keeping it a little cold. They're definitely super active when they've got lots of places and they're warm. Are you able to do any professions in BFA yet? Kind of. Not really. The new mats aren't in yet. They're not available yet. There's a lot of placeholder stuff regarding professions. There are new entries in the profession journals, but you have to like make a mage and then port yourself back to an older city to train them. And I did a video actually looking at the new profession crafts that are going to be available from that list. I've done that video. But so far, I don't think there's much to do for professions. Do you like the troll aesthetic and culture? I love the troll aesthetic. I feel like the culture involves a healthy amount of human sacrifice that I'm not super on board with. Murlocs would be better than Jinyu. Visit old raids. Yeah, that's a request that I've been getting a little bit. That's definitely on my short list. Not for this next week, but probably the one after. He looks sick as in cool. All right, I figured because I feel like he looks pretty healthy. Look at him go. And I don't think he's as mad as he was, but yeah, no, I love that fish. His name is Fleta. That is Fleta the beta. I don't really want to know about the story, but I need to know if there's more profession changes since the last video that you did. Nothing that I've seen yet. I think that when they do add more profession changes, they will probably at the same time add some profession trainers they'll add more profession trainers to the cities, because the last time I was in the cities, they didn't have anything there yet. Do we know who the villain is in BFA? We know Sylvanas is gonna... I don't know if we know that. Do we know that? I think you mean BFA. Battle for Azeroth. BOA is usually buying an account. To my knowledge, we don't know much about the villain, but I'm not really keeping up with the story aspects of it. Need to get the fish a female? I certainly don't. I have no intentions of breeding my fish. You know when you breed betta fish, you get like hundreds of fry that take really specialized care. Like you need to feed them like live, like microscopically small food, like nematodes and like baby brine shrimp. And then you have like 100 betta fish. Like, what do you do with that? You can't sell them. You're not going to offload that many fish. If I ever want another fish or additional fish, not that I will in the same tank. He is a solo tank fish. But if I ever had more of them, I would just buy more because they're like $6. As a fan theory, I see. Bank of America. Oh, is there only one robot on LFR? I'm so excited that I have my 2-piece. Valita, if you're still watching the stream, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. He's lonely. I doubt it. I don't think fish will experience, or at least not... Bettas aren't super social fish, from what I understand, and I think that he'll be happier in a tank with just him. He does come to see me whenever I'm by the glass. Like, I sit right next to his tank whenever I'm doing my makeup, because that's where the light's good in the window, and he'll come sit with me for that. And then whenever you go see him, he'll always come to the front glass to say hi, but he's always kind of at the front glass anyways, so I don't know if he's really saying hi to me. There are companion fish that you can get with bettas. I don't want to do anything that's going to complicate his tank maintenance, and I want to make sure that if I do get another fish that I'm taking care of it properly. I do think eventually, like, one day it would be cool to have, like, a huge goldfish tank to get, like, to grow some goldfish to, like, you know, they're oh dear, that's embarrassing. I was trying to run, but I wasn't running fast enough, and I was not running in a particularly effective direction. Oops! That's me, no problem. How about turdos? What is a turdo? I hope that you're logging into your gnome from time to time so that she knows she's still loved. I log into my gnome once a day to, I'm the only one that died. Oh no, somebody else died, okay. I feel so silly. I log into my gnome once a day to run missions because she's all set up with like the followers and the crazy follower equipment to succeed in missions. I run missions on her every day for gold and for pet charms. I run the gold and the pet charm missions. I don't even do the Blood of Sargeras ones anymore because it takes so many order resources. And I don't want to, I'm kind of just working through her stockpile. I don't want to go quest on her. I have a really hard time bringing myself to do world quests in more than one character. On the first character, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm building up some resources and making some progress and getting some good stuff, but on more than one character, it's not happening. 100% not happening. Turtles. Probably won't do a turtle. I feel like a turtle would need a different environment. When are we getting the reunion of the 3 Windrunner sisters? I thought that was data mined, or was that speculation? I don't know. If it was data mined, then I missed it. Sounds cinematic worthy though. That definitely sounds like something they would make a dramatic cinematic for. I feel awful for time. Same. I mean, I know that you guys were carrying me, but now I'm really not helping. Always embarrassed when I die first. I try my very best not to, typically. It's a little bit tougher to raid in the stream. There was still really no excuse for that. That was just terrible. But, oops. Stream isn't loading. It's just black screen. Oh, no. Fixed it. Refresh usually sorts me out for YouTube streams. Hardcore raiders, they whisper me, calling me stuff? Oh, no. That's never what you want. That's never what you want. That's the really nice thing about raiding with, like, a guild that you've known for a long time, is that, you know, when they whisper you, you know, talking trash, it's just because they love you. It's just because we're good. No res for Hazelheart. I don't deserve a res after what I did. And honestly, I wasn't helping that much anyways. Maybe they just want to let me talk to you guys. No res for the tank. I am a little bit confused about why the res went out onto a DPS and not a tank, but I mean, the dude seems to be mostly dying. Although, Isn't there? There's a stacking debuff on this, yeah? Like, this could be a problem eventually. Eh, let's see. Maybe another res will go out. They always tell me a noob and tell me that we're gonna wipe. We always succeed in the fight. Yeah. It's never very helpful. Like, I've never really understood the mentality behind whispering people like that, because even if it's true, it's not gonna help. Hazel dies to the first ruiner. No res to that. No, I wouldn't want one. After that, I'm really surprised that this tea is still hot. I very much enjoy whenever I'm drinking tea to try very hard to match the character. This is kind of silly, but the character of my teacup to whatever kind of tea I'm drinking. So this is a very delicate tea. It's not like super crazy flavorful, but it's like very relaxing and almost kind of grassy. So I have this, this is a Bruyere glazed cup. It's very, very curved. There's very few harsh lines on it all. Even the transition to like the little bottom bit has like a little bit of a curve to it, and it's extremely smooth. And I feel like it matches very nicely. I only ever use this cup with a gentle green tea. I won't even use it with a harsh green tea. What do you think of personal loot being the only loot option in BFA? I think my guild is going to have a bit of a time transitioning to that, because we have historically been a master loot guild. We use loot council. My 2 raid leaders will debate amongst themselves and hand out loot as they see fit, and that's worked really well for us because they are not biased. There is no drama or favoritism that goes on, and they can choose to give the loot to the places where it'll have the most impact, while still making people feel included and like they're not being left out. So personal loot kind of takes that control away from us, but we're going to get to the same place in the end, and it will definitely be faster. They definitely spend quite a bit of time discussing how to assign loot. I do think, actually, personal loot makes it a little bit tougher for, like, guild disenchanting. Like, right now, what'll happen is they'll hand out loot to people that need it, and they'll give the rest of the loot to me. I'll disenchant all of it, and then if somebody needs an enchant, they can come talk to me, and I have, like, the crystals to make them whatever they need. And in a personal loot-only world, what happens is that everybody gets their loot, and then you have this thing of, oh, well, if you got loot, you don't need it, and nobody else needs it, then you can trade it to Hazel, or you can just kind of vendor it. Or disenchant it yourself. Like, it's just a little bit messier. Not that I have a problem with people keeping any loot that they get personal looted to themselves, but it will most certainly, or very likely, impact guild enchanting resources. Although we never really use all of our enchanting resources. Our guild leaders are really good about just, like, keeping the guild bank stocked with stuff. I think he puts a lot of his own gold into it. So, loot council sucks unless you have an honest loot master. Yeah, we are very blessed with a pair of very honest loot masters. They do a really good job of running the guild. What item level are you? On my new priest, I'm item level 909. I'm up almost 10 item levels today. I think I started the day under 900. I definitely actually started the day under 900. I started like 897 or so because I didn't have my legendary yet. And I haven't had anything drop in LFR so far, but a couple of people have shared their loot with me. And I had a legendary this morning, so we're good. Probably Norma. Have you ever raged before in WoW? And if so, explain. So I'm not really a rager. I've never really gotten vocally angry at anything in my life. That's not really my conflict strategy. I'm very anti-conflict in general. I will do almost anything to avoid having to fight with somebody. Like if I have a problem with somebody, I'm never really going to tell them. I'm just going to stop talking to them. It's not a very healthy thing to do, but that's just kind of the way that I run. So in games, I don't really rage. I will get frustrated, especially if it's like a Dark Souls type game where I'm trying something and I'm continually failing and I feel like I'm not performing as well as I could be. And I can get kind of tilted I get very sad. I get sad instead of getting angry. So this will happen specifically to me in WoW in Arena. Like if I have been queuing and the queues aren't going well and I feel like it's my fault, which it usually is because I often play with people that are pretty good and I'm an average healer at best. If the queues are going poorly and I feel like I died when I shouldn't have, or I misused a cooldown, or I didn't do well, yeah, that'll stress me out really deeply to the point that I get in a bad headspace I can't quite fix. Which is one of the reasons I don't do a whole lot of Arena before, was it wasn't very good for me mentally. I didn't cope with it very well. But I don't rage. Your dietitian told you not to eat any flour. I'm a huge fan of starch. Oh, man. If I had to give up carbs, like flour bread, that would be hard for me. I am a big fan. I'm very fond of like fresh bread, good bread. Not, and let me tell you, in America, they put way too much sugar in bread. Like American grocery store off the shelf bread is terrible. It's bad. I don't enjoy it at all. Like you have to get, there's a brand called Seattle Sourdough that I enjoy. I'll buy their bread. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth it because it tastes like food. And then I make bread when I can, which is not often because it takes a lot of time. But good fresh bread, oh man. Your raid leader's bunny should decide how to assign loot. Personal loot makes it seem like groups will be stacking armor types if in a different type of split run. That's a possible consequence. I didn't even think of that. Are you running a shiny goat? No, I'm a void elf. I'm not a light forge. My light forge is still level 23. Why is Sylvanas the best war chief? I mean, I think Vol'jin was the best war chief. He just didn't really get enough. Oh, I got something. Oh, sick. That's a really good trinket. Oh, I'm so excited. That is the trinket. I can't believe I got one. Oh, best day. Man, running around with a burning wish and a catalyst injector, and that means that if I get... Oh my gosh, you're just giving me a whole tier set. What are the odds? Yeah, I think Vol'jin didn't really have enough chance to prove himself. Oh man. I got a catalyst injector. And if I get if I get enough legendaries, because I still only have one, but if I get enough legendaries to the point where I need to take off the burning wish, then I have my backup triad statuette, which is crit, not great. I would rather a haste one, but what are you gonna do? Have you ever ninja looted? No, I don't think so. Not in my memory. I'm just waiting for somebody from my past to come out of the woodwork and be like, well, there was this time. I don't think so. I didn't really play WoW back when ninja looting was a thing. Like, I've never led a raid or anything so that I would have an opportunity to. I was always rolling for stuff. The Rage in the Mop Warlock quest, that last boss, I did that back then. I did the Green Fire quest back when it was current, and that was tough. That was probably the hardest thing I had done in WoW at that point in WoW. I think the Mage Tower challenges now are on that same level, and I think it's really cool that they continue making content like that. But man, that's some rage-worthy stuff. You thought Growl was an attack? I was wondering why I wasn't doing any damage. I bake my own bread. I am just a bread machine. Oh man. So the thing that really keeps me from baking bread is not even the rising time, but one, buying flour when you buy it not in bulk is kind of expensive, and when you buy flour in bulk, it's really heavy. Which is a silly problem to have, but I live up like a lot of flights of stairs. And then, kneading is, oh dear. Am I good? I'm not good. Is this an okay place? Kneading bread was kind of hard on my hands, and I actually, my mixer, my stand mixer that my husband got me for Christmas, it's like one of the nicer ones that can handle kneading bread, and it does a pretty good job most of the time. Or it used to. I made a couple of really good loaves of focaccia bread with it, and then for whatever reason, like 6 months later, I couldn't make it happen again. Like it would, it doesn't climb up, it doesn't knead properly until I add way too much flour, and then it's had way too much flour added to it. Like it stays too wet in the mixer for some reason. But I've been curious about trying a bread machine, oh dear. But I don't know if it would be any good. Dave's Killer Bread is totally worth every penny. See, people are really excited about Dave's Killer Bread around here. And I tried it because it was like a big deal. Like everybody was really hyped about this bread. And I didn't think it was all that great. Maybe I had a bad loaf. Maybe I'm just kind of like prejudiced against breads that have lots of seeds and stuff in them. Which is weird because I enjoy most things that have lots of seeds. Like everything bagels are the best type of bagel if you're asking me. But Dave's Killer Bread was only okay. Like it wasn't bad, but I'll still take the Seattle Sourdough. I don't want my bread to murder me. I'm sure most people don't. Make sure you're doing class hall research on cooldown. Mm-hmm. I am 4 days. I'm on the last step. I had to actually catch up and go back and do the rest of my campaign, like a bunch of the Broken Shore stuff to get my follower unlocked to allow you to do the, like, once you get high enough in your class order hall research steps, you have to do some more class campaign stuff, but I'm on the last step now. Be another 4 days, and then I have a chance at double artifact power. Do you use the bread hook? Yeah. Yeah. What am I doing wrong? Do you know? Because it used to work great, but now whenever I do it, the dough stays too wet, even when I have added what I know is the correct amount of flour to liquid. And it just sort of sits at the bottom and gets mushed around, even when the bowl is screwed all the way up so that the dough is down there. And it, like, if I wanted to actually climb the hook a little bit to get kneaded, I have to add way too much flour, and I'm doing it wrong. Also, I'm supposed to be doing Verimathras. Whoops, sorry. Whoops, I'm lost. Dave is an ex-con. It's really good bread for prison. Oh no. Do you, bulk buy makes for craziness. I remember getting a 24 pack of water cheaper than 6. No one wants to carry that much. Yeah, on holiday. What are you gonna do with, I mean, I guess if you can, like, keep it in, you don't really want to keep it in your car, though. It's like if the bottle's gonna degrade. All right, sorry, I caught up. I'm here. Huh. Oh. Sorry. Can I add, I can't change your role anymore. Yeah, it won't let me. Sorry. Okay. Ready, check. The good old very Coven group split. I haven't been here. I fell for it. That was definitely me. I really love French bread. You know what French bread is like? When I was growing up, we used to get from basically any grocery store, and I don't know if they do this in the States. I need to go grocery shopping sometime. My husband usually just brings it home with him on the way home from work, but like these big loaves for like pretty inexpensive, like $2 or whatever, like a big loaf of French bread. And what we would do with it is we would make garlic toast. And it's something that you can't really do as well with 2 people because it's like a lot of bread and you want to eat it pretty quickly before it gets stale. But like it's fluffy, it's like a little bit crispy once you've toasted it, but like you've got that crusty crust and then like the really soft bread in the middle. Also, I should stand over here. And it's not the same. Like, I've been making garlic toast with the Seattle sourdough ciabatta buns, and those are pretty good. But it's not the same. And I think I need to learn how to make French bread because they just don't. Maybe they do it. Maybe I haven't found it. I don't know. I miss it. Is it a bread that needs to rise? I mean, yeah, but I'm letting it rise before. No, you still. Am I dumb? Did I let it rise first? It's been a while since I've tried it. Maybe I should try again. Cause yeah, typically, well, I mix the mix, like the batter or whatever, and then you let it rise, and then you knead it. I feel like I normally knead, but no, I'm confused. It's entirely possible that you're right, and I'm doing this completely wrong. Also, I didn't have dots on that boss. I'm thinking about bread. I'm kind of hungry now. I really like making focaccia bread, though. Focaccia is probably one of my favorite types of bread. How did you and your husband meet? Online dating. Sourdough? I've never made sourdough. I'm scared. I feel like, oh dear. I feel like you need to have a good starter, and I don't know where people get those, and then if you have a good one, then you have the responsibility to not kill it. I'm very inexperienced with fermented related foods, but I love eating sourdough. It is my preferred grilled cheese sandwich bread, actually. Like, usually if I'm making grilled cheese, I'll have, like, sourdough, the sharpest cheddar that I can find, and then on the inside, a slight spread of either honey mustard or sriracha. Never both, obviously, but, like, one of those two on the inside of it, and that usually makes for a pretty good grilled cheese. If I'm feeling really fancy, instead of butter on the outside of the bread, I'll dip it into olive oil and then put a little bit of oregano. Like, you get a plate, you put a little olive oil on it, sprinkle a little oregano on top, and then you dip the bread in that, so you get, like, a little bit of the herbs and, like, some olive oil. And that's for, like, the fancy grilled cheese, but I'm usually really lazy and don't do that. I'm in Canada, so I have no experience with U.S. bread. It's too sweet. And some breads in Canada are like that, but I don't know. I had a big adjusting period when I first came to America. All of food made me sick at first because I guess my theory is that it was the high fructose corn syrup. I don't know if that's true, but that's the one thing that is not, it's illegal. Is it illegal? It's not done in Canada, whether for laws or other reasons, but it's in almost all food in America. And I got really sick for the first couple of weeks that I was living here because all of the food just made me ill. Tree sap. I don't know what you're trying to say. I can't imagine how you would taste the bread from the U.S. Here you use like a sugar teaspoon for it doesn't defeat the yeast. Yeah, exactly. Also, am I confused? I felt like my character's being pulled, but I think I'm just very confused. I'm kind of hungry. Oh, it is 5, so I can eat soon. Yeah, enough sugar to feed the yeast, and then after that, you're good. Talking about food while eating dinner is making me more hungry. Talking about food has made me decide that I want dinner. Might do salmon burgers tonight. What happened to Rel and Legion? I think she just stayed in alternate universe Draenor to keep an eye on things. I think that's it. I feel like she didn't come with us. She had her big story, and now she's done, and that's the end of that. A little underwhelming for all the work that they did building up her character, honestly. Hi, Hazel. Hello, DJ Ghostman. How are you doing? Sourdough is easy to make. You make the dough the night before, make a new dough the next day, add a bit of the old dough. So just don't you need to ferment it longer though? I feel like people have sourdough starters that they've kept in their family for generations. I feel like it has to be harder than that, doesn't it? I don't really know. Do your wet ingredients first. Stagger your flour. Make sure you measure your flour by weight. Okay. I'll have to try it again. I don't think I have time this weekend. I have so many things on my list for this weekend. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it all, but I'm going to try. But maybe next weekend. Also, I have been dying. I need to check on the Patreon baking poll, actually. I don't know what's in the lead. I'm really hoping that Nanaimo bar, like the Culturan bars, are in the lead so that I can make them next month. But if they're not, then I want to make them because I have the stuff to make them. And I'm making them whether they get voted for or not. It's just a question of whether or not I wait for the stream. I'm a Patreon sponsor. Is YouTube better for you or Patreon? I think I get a slightly larger percent of the Patreon sub than the YouTube sub, but it's such a small difference that I would much prefer you sub to, or you support on whichever platform has the rewards that you prefer, like whether or not you would prefer voting in the polls and the Battle Pit giveaway or having the stream icon and the emotes. Both of those things will get you the golden tier on the Discord. Stream's kind of behind for some reason. It's always going to be like that. There's always going to be a little bit of a delay. That's quite normal. That is perfectly normal. Reading Agmar and Argus. We are doing Shavara. We're not going to do Agmar and Argus. I would eat one of you. I would call my cat over and just eat it. I couldn't eat her. I can give her like 45 kisses though. You're talking about the mother dough. If the bread is too wet, the hook won't grab on properly. See, that was what was happening, but whenever I finally added enough flour to make it not too wet, like the final bread was super dense because there was just way too much flour in it. Has your guild done the achieves yet? No. We were talking about coming back like a month or two before the BFA launch to try and do the achievements before BFA to have like kind of a guild reunion ahead of the new expansion launch. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. We'll find out. Just sub to both. Aw. What time does this stream go till? Usually now. I'm going to... Oh, goodness. Usually 5. I'm going to go a few minutes over so that we can finish this Wing of LFR because we got to kill Coven. And I'm going to try and not die. I'm going to try and not die to something silly, which is easier said than done. Star and then move clockwise for the healing ends. Okay, sounds good. Hazel's now the leader of your group. Was I not always the leader of this group? When did I become not the leader of the group? Your favorite Disney character is Stitch. Sounds like Hazel's ready to eat her microphone. Oh, am I brushing against it, or is it just because I'm really hungry? I keep drinking tea like that's gonna help. Helps a little bit. Spamwich, baked beans and spam. I'm not a meat eater, but I do sometimes. So like a comfort, I don't know about comfort food, but like a thing that I've seen done before, in Canada at least, is baked beans with hot dogs. So what I'll do sometimes is baked beans with veggie dogs. Like I'll cook a veggie dog and I'll slice that up and mix it in with my baked beans, and then I'll have that with toast. And that'll be a meal sometimes. There's usually a lot of sugar because they like the tomato sauce that they keep the beans in is pretty sweet, so it's like a really high carb meal, but it's got a good amount of protein. I thought your teapot was the alien thing from Toy Story. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's kind of the same color and vaguely the same shape. You could totally put that face on it. Don't eat meat. If we're being technical about it, I am a pescatarian. So I eat fish and seafood. Oh, I mean, I'm going to eat a lavish Suramar feast when it's put down. But I eat fish and seafood. I do not eat chicken or poultry, and I don't eat, like, beef or pork or anything like that. It's just kind of how I do. Beanie weenies. Yeah, exactly. We also used to do, and I think lots of places do this, a lot of people will call them soldiers, when you like do soft-boiled eggs with toast, and then you slice your toast into the little thin strips and you dip them in your soft-boiled egg. My grandma used to make me do that. And that was that was the only way that I would eat eggs, actually, for a long, long time. I wouldn't eat eggs any other way. I still enjoy doing it, but it's kind of a mess. But we call them eggs and dippers, is what my family called them. Spam is meat. Baked beans with hot dogs has been a staple of my life. The funny thing is, I don't really know why I add the veggie dogs. I don't think they make it any better. And I don't think they're actually, like, I used to tell myself that I'm just adding, like, it's like a protein substitute. I'm just adding nutrients to my life, but I don't think they're actually all that good for you. You need a 915 arcane relic. No, Shadow doesn't use arcane relics. I use 2 Shadow relics and a blood relic. You need a Miss Potts teapot. The teacup that Nerds Over 40 got me very much, it feels like the shape of the Beauty and the Beast teacup. Obviously it's not chipped and it's different colors, but I always get a big Beauty and the Beast feel whenever I use that one. Here's amazing. Thanks, Chris. Oh, I keep pressing my pre-pop button, but on this character, my pre-pop button is my my fishing button. Also, for anybody watching this, if you're trying to get Shadow Priest tips, I'm using the wrong talent here. You want to be using oh, not Reaper Souls. You want to be using Lingering Insanity, and you want to be using Mindbender. This is just kind of what I was using for World Quest and actually leveling. I need to go back to Lingering Insanity. Whoopsie-daisy-do. I'm going to try and reach out a little bit, but I'm also going to try and not die. And I don't know if I can do both. Do they? Oh, they don't have, you can just stack them on LFR. Oh, that's so much easier. Wow. That makes it a lot better. A soldier is a tiny sandwich strip. I never had sandwiches cut into tiny strips. Most of my sandwiches involve like large amounts of vegetables. I don't really eat sandwiches very often. Like I'll eat grilled cheese if I'm making grilled cheese. We need to stop talking about food. I'm dying. And then like my Subway sandwich. Not that anybody's asked, but if you ever want to know what I'm getting at Subway, it's always going to be like spinach or lettuce, tomato, cucumber, olives, and then like extra cheese usually, like an American, or we call it white cheddar up in Canada, and then ranch sauce. And that's my Subway sandwich. And sometimes I'll like try and recreate it outside of Subway, and it does have the same vibe. But that's the only thing I ever use olives for, and I don't really see the point of buying olives to put them on like 2 sandwiches and then forget about them in my fridge. Even though they're not very expensive. I don't know. What else do you put olives in? Can I put them in pasta? Eggs and dippers? I don't think they should be called professionals. Oh. I knew I shouldn't have read chat. I'm sorry. Spread, yeah, no. I wasn't looking at my screen. I want Subway. I kind of want Subway too now after having talked about it and also being really hungry. Subway veggie sandwich is the best sandwich. It's the only place that I'll ever eat out where I always get the same thing, because I know that's what I want. Like most places, every time I eat there, I'll get something different because I have like this weird pull to try everything, and I won't settle on a thing until I've tried actually everything that I can eat, which I never do because I don't eat out that much. But at Subway, it's always that thing. It's always good unless their tomatoes are bad. Like if usually you don't want to order it at an off-peak time because sometimes Subway's tomatoes are kind of iffy, but as long as the tomatoes are good, it's always good. And it's cheap too. Like it's always a fairly inexpensive sandwich. Soldiers are an Australian thing. That's what I call them. I mean, soldiers is other people in Canada called it that. I felt like my family was a little bit odd with the eggs and dippers thing. Like my friends in Canada called them soldiers. I was about to ask about your Subway sandwich. Thanks. I want to try that sub from Subway. It's good. It's kind of like having a salad, but like the copious amount of bread. Oh, also the bread. You got to do either Italian herb and cheese, or you got to do Parmesan oregano. Those are both good. Or whatever your preferred bread is. But those are the 2 that I'll usually go for. This stream brought to you by Subway. It's not really. Man. I'm not helping at all in this thing. Olives and martinis? I don't really mix. I've never really learned how to make cocktails. Like, I'll mix drinks sometimes, but usually it's just get a juice that I can find acceptable and then add whatever liquor I happen to have on my counter. I'm not very classy. And usually I'll just grab like a cider or something if I'm having a drink, or like a glass of wine. So I've never learned how to mix cocktails, but the Hearthstone Innkeeper's Tavern cookbook, and for that matter the WoW cookbook, they have like a bunch of cocktail recipes that I've been wanting to try. But it's one of those things where there's like a very specific type of liquor that you're never going to use for anything else. And like, I don't have people over. I don't have parties. when am I gonna make like 30,000 Jade Witch brews, you know? When am I gonna drink all those? What do you call when it's heavily raining in Thunderbluff? Torrential rain. We call them soldiers and eggs in the UK too. Buttered into a runny egg yolk. Haven't had it in over 10 years. I'm vegan. Yeah, that's how you do it. And then you also have a little bit of salt on the table so that you can salt the egg white as you eat it. Whatever happened to blimpies? I've never heard of blimpies. Martinis, potato pie, and corn pie. Do an amateur cocktail mixing stream sometime. I'm probably not going to ever like drink on stream. Like I might drink a little bit if I'm cooking with alcohol on a baking stream, but I'm never gonna like actually drink properly because I like to keep things at least a little bit professional. Obviously we're laid back here, but I've always found drunk streams, like they're hilarious and I'll watch other people that do them, but I don't think I really want to do that with my own channel. Random fruit and random liquor. You gotta get the spiced rum with the, what do I have spiced rum with? It's not pineapple juice, although that's good too. Grapefruit juice. Grapefruit juice and spiced rum. That's the thing that I invented in college that I've enjoyed ever since. I don't know if it's a real thing. Hello Hazel. Hello the Diamond Wolf. How are you doing? The cataclysm. What's today's tea? I left for a moment when I asked a few minutes ago, so if you answered it, I didn't hear. Well, that's good because I read it and I think I forgot to answer. It is a Bilo Chun. It's a green tea. It's from China, and the tea leaves itself are like rolled into little sort of snail shapes. Man, this is looking a little bit rough. We might need to start again. we might be getting a stack of determination out of this one. Make a WoW cocktail. I love your YouTube videos. You should post a stream link on them. I never knew that you streamed. They should whenever I'm live, they should have little flags that say Hazel's live. What would be in a WoW cocktail? I mean, I'm clear. I can let me grab. So this is the cookbook collection. We got the World of Warcraft cookbook and we got the Hearthstone cookbook. In the WoW cookbook, you have sections for all sorts of things. I always strongly recommend this thing. You can find it on my Amazon influencer shop if you want to buy the cookbook and also give me about 62 cents. Alright, so in the Way of the Tankard, which is drinks, there's Cactus Apple Surprise. Find it. So you got like this whole section. I'm really bad at showing book stuff on a camera. But Cactus Apple Surprise. Which is tequila, triple sec, brandy, prickly pear syrup, lemonade, and mint. With a little bit of chili powder and coarse sugar. And I'm sure it's awesome. But I have brandy. I don't have tequila. I definitely don't have triple sec. And when am I ever going to use prickly pear syrup? Like, I'm sure it's delicious. What am I ever going to put that in? Like, it's one of those things where you're going to spend like $15 to buy a bottle of prickly pear syrup. And you're like, okay, I hope I really like Cactus Apple Surprises. We've got Cherry Grog and Gar's Limeade. Cherry Grog actually sounds really good. It's ginger beer, rum, cherry juice, lime juice, and then lime slices. I could get on board with that. Although anything with rum is usually a good sell for me. There's Great Father's Winter Ale. And that's one of the things I really like about the WoW cookbook is they do a lot of, like, it's not just, like, party cocktails. Like, this is, you know, you've got, like, apples and ale and cloves and orange and cinnamon and brandy and maple syrup. Like, you're making sort of like a roleplay thing. This is what Hazel does when she dies in raids. I mean, honestly, if I die in a raid and I'm not streaming and I'm just raiding, I am probably opening up my other monitor and I'm probably putting on a YouTube video. And it's probably a K-pop reaction. Hearth Glen Ambrosia, and then you've got, like, this one is a tea. It's a honey mint tea, and it's basically like make mint tea and put honey in it. Or make green tea with mint and add honey, but I mean, that's a thing. Hot apple cider, jungle vine wine. There's a kungaloosh recipe in here. For that, I would need vodka, rum, Midori, which is a melon liqueur, cranberry juice, pineapple juice, orange wheel. It's just one of those things where I'm never gonna have all of that. If I ever hosted a party, like maybe if I one day moved, don't like the WoW YouTubers live in California? If I ever moved to California and I like had some friends that were in a similar field to me that I just want to host Overwatch League parties. Oh, hi, cat. What you doing? And then this cookbook, which is cheaper, by the way. It's less expensive. It has, like, basically bar food. It has some desserts, and then it has, like, half the book's worth of drink. You can make, like, a grimy goose. This is Hearthstone based, so some of them are going to be from Hearthstone stuff, but Hearthstone is based on WoW. You've got Jade Brew. You've got Sir Finley's Adventurous Tea. There's that Death Rattle. There's also mocktails in this one, too, if you're not into the alcohol. Midori is pretty nice. I've been watching your videos for a long time. Aw, thanks, Tough Dog. I appreciate that. There's a drink you can loot in WoW that involves yellow 42 dye. Man, you're tired? It's like 1:15. I'm interested to know if this is a wipe or not. Like, I feel like we've got a lot of people down, but we've had a lot of people down for a while, and they are eventually kind of working their way through it. Hi, kitty. What's up? What's up? Are you scratching your spot? It looks mostly okay. It looks a little scratched. I gotta clip your nails again, huh? I'm gonna do that after the stream. Do you like piñas? Like pina coladas? I feel like I've only ever had one once. I know it was fine. I'll try most things. Worth it for the stream. Just started looking into TSM using your playlist. Cheers. Best of luck with getting that set up. It's so exciting. It's actually really addicting, I found, when you first get into WoW economy stuff, because you like come up with your plan, and then you come up with like your plan of your plan, and then you like get everything rolling, and then you're checking all your auctions, and every time something sells, you're just so excited. I spent way too much time the first time I got set up like that. Cat, get in the cam. Hi, kitty. If she sleeps back in her bed, then I would put the camera on her, but we're already over a little bit. This is the last boss, although it's starting to look a little bit sketchy. I feel like the poor Volita's trying to carry it as hard as she can. Like, this is going to be tough with enough DPS down. That's definitely not going to be good. It's expensive. Do not move to California. The Great Earthquake hasn't happened yet. I mean, the Great Earthquake that's a concern for the entire West Coast. That's not just a California thing. When will we get to see BFA Alpha pet battles? Whenever they add them. Whenever they add them. What raid are you on? We're doing LFR. This is Coven. This is Xantoris, and it looks like we're wiping. We're going to try again. We're going to get a second determination. I'm going to ignore you guys, which is going to be hard, and I'm going to ignore my cat, which is going to be hard. And we're going to actually kill it. Speculating. Not sure if Hero lives in the States. You're only WoW YouTuber I follow that lives there. I think, Hero, you're in the States, right? Do you share, like, what general part of the States you're in, or is that a secret? But yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about, like, the WoW YouTubers that I'm familiar with, and all of the ones that I could think of, except for Panther. Trade Chat's US somewhere. I don't remember where, but she's NA. But everybody else I could think of was EU. Like, you know, the people that come to mind, like Fat Boss and Preach and Talius and Nevitel and Bellular, they're all European, right? And I'm probably forgetting some really big name. And I can think of a bunch of PvP content creators that are like America based, but the PvE ones that I can think of, AZ, it's hot here. Hey, Hazel Fishy, you may be able to ignore us, but can you really ignore the cat? Cat appears to be deep diving into the land behind my keyboard right now. There's nothing back there. Yeah, you better turn around. Where are you going? Are you gonna sit on my desk this whole time? AZ is the worst, right next to Kelly. Yeah, from what I've heard of AZ, looks hot. Also, you guys have weird laws regarding esports tournaments. I remember there was a thing where some Arizona-based WoW esports players weren't able to compete because of Arizona laws about competitions. I don't remember exactly what it was, but yeah. Panther is East Coast? I see. Asmongold, that's true. I forgot about him. Yep. He's US. What's your thoughts on Draenor leveling? Something feels wrong. It definitely goes pretty quickly, but I don't mind. Frog Raider, thank you very much for the super chat. Your cat really loves the attention. She really does. She really does. I usually wait for her to come to me because I feel like that's when she wants it most. But she can get so cuddly. One thing that's really predictable about that cat is if both me and my husband are in a room, she will be there. Like, if we're both brushing our teeth, she is on the floor wondering why we're both standing there. If we're both in the bedroom, she's there. If we're both in any given room, any room at all, even the kitchen, and she hates the kitchen because it's loud and full of scary noises and there's no food in there. But if we're both in the kitchen, she's there. Alright, so let's ready check. I'm going to ignore you guys, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I'm not gonna die. I am gonna not die. Here, I'm gonna minimize my chat tab. That's commitment. So I'm sorry. I'll miss you guys. Bajira and Jenny and Swifty. Well, they're PvP people. Savix is US as well, but he's also PvP. And same with like Sidu and Benruki. I'm categorizing all of them as PvP. I'm thinking specifically PvE WoW YouTubers. I'm trying to think of who else is in America. All right, I'm minimizing. I'm sorry. Kitty's not gonna eat the fish. All right, I can't see you guys. I can't read chat if I want to. I will have nothing to say except narrating my LFR Coven of Shuvara gameplay. It's a little bit awkward. All right, so Shadowblade's coming out. They are focusing. They're facing that way. I should be good. Because the bosses are stacked, I can throw out my trinket. And now is a good time to Void Torrent. Our first Titan is going to be Norganon, which is walking dudes, which means get in the middle, CC them, and avoid the walking dudes. And that's not going to be for another 53 seconds. We got some time. Did I really make it 53 seconds the first time? Shadowblade's going to be coming out, as well as the Saber. So Shadowblades are facing to the right. And Saber is going to be right there. It took me a really embarrassingly long amount of time to figure out that the Saber always travels towards the boss. Like, it will spawn at a place, and then it will travel back towards Nura. Always. And it got like 1,000 times easier to avoid once I figured that out, but for whatever reason, I made guides in this fight. I should have known that, but that didn't click for me until probably like after we finished progressing. Shadowblade's coming out. They're pointing that way. I should be good over here. And we are now 12 seconds away, so it's about time to start thinking about getting towards the middle so that we can avoid the walking dudes. Coming out in 5 seconds. It's gonna be really embarrassing if I die after I promised that I wouldn't. But it appears that on LFR, and indeed even on normal, there's no storm, and storm plus walking dudes is like the worst. So this is all good. I'm gonna throw a bomb out there, but it looks like we've got lots of room over here. So this should be a perfectly safe place to be. And now I can go back to living life. I don't really need to read off them, but that's fine. We're good. Oh, I'm targeting one of them. Whoops. Am I out of range? After a certain amount of time, you can kill them to clear them out. There we go. We did it. Proud of us. We lost a tank. It's unfortunate. Hopefully we have a battle res that we can use on our tank. Ooh. Alright, Shadowblades. I have no way to AoE these guys down. I'm just single target Shadow Word painting the rest of the mobs away. Let's redot. I'm not trying to do any specific amount of damage. I don't have any gear anyways. Although I do have an Acrid Catalyst Injector now. But I am mostly trying to not die. Shadowblades are fine on the left. I'm on Thule, which is going to be healing ads, and we are starting at, I believe they said star and working clockwise. I want to say that's true. Are we wiping? Oh, no. Well, I guess we get another stack of determination. I'm getting so hungry. Okay, well, let's wipe then. Let's just not kill the ads and get our tanks back. I wonder what's killing our tanks. Also, there's no tea in this. I guess I can pull up chat now. 2 dead tanks? Mm. Nobble. Nobble's not EU, I don't think. You want to be a WoW YouTuber, but you're not interesting? I feel like there's lots of different ways to structure a channel, and that as long as you're doing your thing, there's going to be an audience for it. Finding that audience is tough, but you don't have to be interesting. You could be helpful. You could be informative. You could be, you know, there's all sorts of things you can do. You like the EU YouTubers? They have lovely accents, and I'm more used to listen to their English than American English. I am a sucker for most accents, actually. I can't really think of an accent that I don't enjoy listening to. But it's official, the FDA called caffeine a drug. I mean, it is. Most things are. By that. Time to put my son to bed. Love your stream. Keep being awesome. Thanks, Zach. Mad season? I'm not interesting. I do WoW YouTube just fine. I wouldn't say that. But people watch if I just eat a junior bacon cheeseburger on stream. There's only one way to find out. Hi, Hazel. I love your videos. First time catching you live. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you seeing the stream. We're running a little over. All right. Well, now we have 3 tanks. That should be enough. And we have 2 stacks of determination. So, you know, now we have the 10% buff. That'll help. Once people get here, I'll do another red chick. Caffeine is always classified as a drug. Yeah, I thought so. It doesn't really seem like news. Hi, Hazel. Love your vids. Thanks, Trevor. Ooh, knocking stuff over here. Okay. Once we get going, I'm gonna minimize my chat again to prevent me from getting tempted to look at it and dying to the thing. So is this normal? Is it normal for Coven to be a bit of an LFR wall? Hazel should make more top 10s. I make so many lists. I have actually the videos that I have planned for next week. I think 2 of them are 10s. It's a watchable format. Watching you set up a raid group, went to a concert, came back to you in raid. We're almost done. All right, I'm minimizing chat. I can't read you guys anymore. I keep trying pre-pot and I'm just hitting my fishing button. I don't have potions in this character. But we do have 2 stacks of determination, so that's something. So there's Saber. First torment is going to be Monthul healing ads, starting at, like I said, pretty sure we said star, and then moving clockwise. Not for a while. Oh, I like that Mog. That Hunter Mog's good. What bow is that? Is that one of the artifact bows? I need to stop looking at it. That's another way for me to get myself killed. Shadow Blades in 5 seconds. And then Saber after that. Shadow Blades, focusing. I don't see them. That way. It's fine. All good. It is really nice not having to spread out the bosses. I definitely do feel like I'm a little bit done with this raid. I know that I'm not going to be as burnt out as some people are that have been doing it for the entire duration, but I feel like I did it enough. We do, I think it's 6 weeks of farm, and I feel like that's a good number. Like, I've done it, I got my gear, you know, we experienced it, and now I don't feel I need to do it anymore. And those should be good. So, rolling Saber into a Monthul starting in 10 seconds. I'm gonna avoid that Saber. I will not die, I will not die. So the way I do a Monthul typically is I like to do 2 at once. So I'll dot this one, and then I'll dot this one, and then obviously do this one first. But I like to multi-dot at least 2. And then the Void Eruption, because I think we can totally get this guy down in the next 12 seconds. Now that everybody's switching. 8 seconds. Yeah, we're good. Moving out of the Saber. And Shadow Blade's happening soon. Oh yeah, there's more, that's right. And then another 2. Perfect. I'm kind of surprised that Void form lasted that long, actually. I guess we had Bloodlust up, that's why. Or Heroism, pardon me. I've always called it Bloodlust, even though I've played Alliance a lot more than I've played Horde. I feel like Bloodlust is just a little easier to say. Heroism has a few too many vowels that are not broken up by consonants in between. Alright, next, Golganeth, spreading out. I will spread out. I will spread out. I will spread out. I will spread out. If you say it enough times, it becomes true. 18 seconds. Not for a little bit. Blades? Soon? No? No blades? Alright, spreading. Let's see how many people we lose to this and hope that I'm not one of them. I will spread out. Also, for this, I'm not going to use my Void Eruption yet because I want to try and use that on the ads once they spawn. So, I'm spread. Good. Dude number 1. The tricky thing is getting dots on all the dudes without accidentally running over somebody. Because some of these areas are a little bit tough to get close to. And then this guy, and that's all of them. I lost dots on one of the bosses, but that's fine. It's a good amount of damage. Nobody died. I'm so proud. Dang, look at us. Maybe you guys all said it with me. Whew. Oh, no, 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 dispersing. I was in kind of a dangerous lane there. Oh, we're good now? Okay. And trigger that. Wow. This goes so much more quickly when everybody's alive and you have 2 stacks of determination. Oh man, that was stressful. I'm still really hungry. The good news is salmon burgers happen really quickly. You just, like, we buy them at Costco and you can just pan fry them in like 10 minutes. I think I have the stuff for a spinach salad too. Oh, I didn't look up which one this was. Who are we doing? Oh, Kaskaroth. Okay, gotcha. I've definitely died to that in my raid group before. I've had some bad moments. I can't reach them. I guess I can go this way. Oh, we should probably just kill the bosses. How they're at like 5%. Eh. I'm having fun. Yeah, we totally could have skipped this. Oh well. My bad. See? There we go. Congrats to, I don't know if you're part of our original group, but Harem and on your legendary. Let me unminimize chat. I didn't die? Alright. See if I actually got anything. Oh my gosh. Did you get another piece of tier? I think you just single-handedly because I put on the gloves that you gave me earlier. You single-handedly gave me 4-piece in one raid. Oh my goodness, that's insane. Bonus gold? What did I actually augment rate? Oh man, you guys rock. I actually have 4-piece now. What are shout out to Velida for single-handedly feeding me my 4-piece. Ooh. Oh, the haste. Oh, the haste is so good. I appreciate it. And I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna go eat something before I don't know what you do when you're really hungry. But in any case, I'm going to go eat. Thank you very much for staying over with me. I will not be streaming on this upcoming Tuesday. I am unavailable to stream, but I will be back on Friday and then Tuesdays after that. So I will not be here on Tuesday. But thank you so much for watching. I have a vlog out that I put out just before I started the stream, so that is available to watch now. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.